Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rogue Trader. I am Trisky. This is Lord Spongecake playing Malachi Laborian.
Hello, everyone. My mom says I'm a good boy.
We have Marius over here playing Sator Akensi.
Hi.
And we have Reaper Joe playing Holtz, the epitomous rogue trader of the group.
Fine. I guess you are, my little PogChamp. Come here.
I swear to fuck. And of course, we have our lovely GM, Zach, here.
Hey, I won't ask what the fuck I've done.
Okay. We have gotten better at these intros, and by that I mean much, much worse. Okay. And as you can probably tell from the art, I play the Orc Gishmek Scrap My Gold Katana. And we are back to Rogue Trader. For a quick preview of last time, what happened, Holtz spent the entirety of last session basically being the actual diplomat of the party, as is his main role, and doing a good job and not really needing to roll many checks because he's actually just good at role-playing. Who would have fucking thunk?
It's almost like I'm the charisma character every time.
Yeah. He actually made fucking good arguments and got all these fucking disparate parties to agree to basically manipulate what we perceive as a naive young boy and actual heir to whatever throne, whatever. I don't fucking know. I'm not paying much attention because I'm the orc and I got drunk and charged after shit, started a brawl fight, killed a bunch of guys, and then ran over a rickety bridge after a dog because he wanted to pet it. And then
close to falling off and just fucking dying.
Yeah, came very close to falling off this rickety ass bridge to his death. Chased this dog into a part of the Underhive, into basically the tattoo parlor of another one of the gangs that was uninvolved directly in this. Got basically a girl to pull a shotgun on him, was crying like crocodile fucking tears about a dog that he didn't own, and after a while just felt fucking like completely blackout drunk and conscious in a chair. And now we're picking up after that. The rest of you guys had some fun talking with what was his name again? The gentleman that was we named him Ratskin was his name eventually.
Ratskin, yeah.
Yeah, would one of you summarize that a little bit to give me a little bit of
because Gizmek was kind of passed out for part of that.
Yeah.
So Malachi, doing what Malachi does best, he went ahead and sat Ratskin down, and he wanted to get more information on what was going on in this gang war, the Underhive. He happened to find out that Ratskin, as well as some of his buddies, stole a toaster of all things. Now, in the normal world, that may not seem like a big deal, drunken escapades, a lot of drugs. However, in this world, toasters are a rare artifact, relics of a machine made to mass produce things almost out of anything. So basically, it was a big deal from what was stolen. So after getting some information on where the gangs were located, both of them, Malachi went ahead and he set off to decide to try and stop whatever war was going to go ahead and happen to them, as per deal as with the chief arbitrator at the beginning of the last session.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that that's about a good summary of what's gone on.
Yeah.
So to our lovely GM, pick up.
Well, who do we want to start with? Is the question. Because we have 3 different groups to go with. We have
I'm willing to roll a D3.
We have one group going out to start a Bendah, who will be cutting back and forth between. Got Malachi going out and doing something, it's not entirely clear, and then Holtz holding a meeting between the 3 main powers on the world.
So 1, 2, 2, and 3.
Alright. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, well, that's not rigged at all. Okay. Alright, so
we have to Holtz with your... It's like,
Yeah.
Where are you holding this meeting? Because you're holding it on your ship, right?
Yeah, it's on my ship, And I'm assuming they would be arriving separately.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you arranged it so that the two of them will arrive before, like, with plenty of time to talk out their own stuff before Blackwell arrives.
Yeah, I'm assuming they would also like arrive they wouldn't arrive directly at the same time. I'm assuming.
No, the odds of that.
Right. Because like I'd like to meet them when they arrive, like at the front door, and then take the scenic route to a little like dining area that I've set up in the trophy room, and like talk to them about a few things before I sit them down, and let them do things. So.
Yeah, so who did you give the earliest meeting time to? So you would have told them all when to show up. So which one of them would show up first? Or which one did you invite first? Like what order should the two of them supposed to arrive in?
General Red I invited first because he was there when I got like them all to agree. Like he was the one that was in front of me when all three of them agreed to meet. So like I literally just invited him in person. So he would probably be the first one to arrive, and then followed by Jade. Mm-hmm. And then, Blackwell will come.
And Blackwell will arrive once they've had enough time to fully talk things through.
Yeah. So,
you're waiting for like where they'll come into dock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have crew like setting up the trophy room for like a dining area, like tables and shit. I also have
in the middle of the room, bringing in a big table, making it all look even more fancy.
I probably have the Necron like chained up on the wall, like like crucifix style. With, like,
the head. Pulling on chains, seated to go up. Like, three guys lifting this thing up because it's fucking heavy.
I'm sure it is.
Taking like three guys to move it.
Holtz does that thing where he has his like fingers in a picture frame. It's like, a little to the left.
No, back to the right a little.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we get that for a bit. and then you get a message from Red that he's about to arrive.
Yep. I head down to the hangar bay.
You get down there, and do you have like an honor guard with you, or is it just you? Like who's there with you?
It's just me at the moment.
And probably like a bunch of crew around, but they're just doing their jobs. They're not involved.
I don't have anyone specifically there with me to help greet him. It's just me.
Yeah. So fairly quickly after you arrive there, you see a shuttle coming in, and you see a Valkyrie, which you'd recognize as pretty much like the go-to like essentially guardsman vessel.
Okay.
It's like the ship that they use, it can go through space and go onto planets. It's got enough weapons on it that can act as like a support vehicle. The fairly good all-purpose vehicle and well armed.
I mean, well armed for like a flying ship. Like I'm assuming this is like a personal ship.
Yeah, it's like you can see it's got like the heraldry of him on it, or more like the world PDF. It's definitely like it's not just like a civilian shuttle. This is a military craft meant for transporting troops into war zones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hybrid transporting gunship, effectively.
And I clear his landing.
Okay. Yeah, I believe gives me a set.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're there as it comes flying on in. Comes in, whipping up everything with the exhaust and the backdraft. The coach is kind of flipping around behind you as they always do in the very fancy setup. Snapping in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Sets down. The ramp opens up and General Red steps down. See him dressed in the same military, very nice black, red, and gold uniform. It's almost like a commissar, but distinct enough that he's definitely not a commissar. It's a general gear. Yeah, he's just Yeah,
Holtz
just
is
like,
also dressed just like nicely this time. He's not wearing like the power armor. He's just like in his normal like trappings.
the general has like his coat and like offers his uniform, got his sword at his side. As you coming up behind him are a couple guys in these like thick carapace suits holding hotshot las guns. Definitely like elite soldiers kind of thing, bodyguards. They just come up behind him.
And I reached out to shake his hand as I walk up to him. I was like,
Yep.
General Red, glad to see you could make it.
Lord Holtz. I'm not one to not attend to something that I agree to. Well, I don't assume that you're having the meeting here, so shall we proceed?
Yes. In the meantime, how about a quick tour of the ship? And, that's basically just an excuse to walk and talk with him. And basically, like, shoot a little bit of shit because I have really high charm, and that's what Holtz does. But it's also like, so about this meeting, I can tell you after meeting with the other two candidates, I can tell you a little bit about them. As for Jade, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to convince her that your security is an asset to her funding. As long as you can do that, she'll be happy to fund your people. In fact, you might even see.
Happy. I will certainly have to wrangle the funds out of her. Merchants aren't. They don't give funds away for free. I'll need to wrangle every single gelt out of her that I can. But there are ways, I'm sure.
Like I said, convince her that security is an asset. What's more, if you convince her of that, you might be able to get your hands dirty by, well, not dirty, investigate more closely her goings on and keep a better eye on her. As for the boy, well, to be honest, he's actually kind of a fan of yours. Your policies may differ, but he respects you. He respects your service. He knows who you are. You might be able. He respects your experience. Feel free to leverage that. You might be able to.
Keep in mind.
You might be able to teach him something. Yes. Sorry, I don't mean to keep talking over you, Zach. Sorry.
No worries. Very well. That's good to know.
What I'm hoping to do with this meeting is get you to agree to a timeline. Something that everyone in the table agrees would find agreeable for like an experiment. Limiting the policies to a single hive city. If they work out, then we can be expanded to the rest of the hive city. But otherwise, other more standard policies will be in place around the rest of the system. Does that seem agreeable to you?
Does it seem agreeable? Well, at the least it would keep any infiltrations contained to that city if I'm able to keep a guard on it. And worst comes to worst, we can always just bombard it from orbit. The SDF actually are on our side for refusing to get involved.
Indeed. And here we are. Welcome to my little trophy room. I hope you don't mind the decor. And I open the trophy room, to where the table will be.
So, like, what does your trophy room look like? So, like, what are the trophies that are like scattered around on the walls and on pillars and all that kind of stuff?
At the moment, like the most obvious thing is just like the straight up Necron corpse, but there's also there's also like various weapons and things like that.
Yeah, there would also be like stuff from your father and all that. So like, what kind of things would there be from your father and the others of your family that use this ship?
There's probably like a metal case, not necessarily like service to the Imperium, things like that. Just also like I don't know what like keys to the city equivalent would be for like helping out planets and things like that.
Like no recognition from governors that the family's helped.
Yeah,
Are there like any like big alien corpses on display and stuff like that?
I mean the Necron corpse.
Yeah. There's like, are there any like aliens and things like that? Like, how like war trophy is it? What's the
I don't think there's like a whole lot of war trophies other than like alien, like maybe some alien weaponry that's like been like that was otherwise broken, but like still looks good. So like put on like cross cross swords and shields and things like that. But rifles, maybe some like defunct suits of armor.
some more like weapons and items that you've like come across rather than just like string up a Tyranid corpse on the wall.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like gory or like things like that. Like the most gory thing is like the intact Necron body, and that's mostly because it's like completely intact and also not like a flesh and blood body.
Yeah, he kind of like glances around the room, kind of notices the Necron corpse. He's like, "I would keep an eye on that thing, ensure it is properly restrained to that wall. They have a habit of getting back up. You never know when it might just decide to wake up."
There is a probably like actually no there isn't a Gauss rifle next to it because all of those work still, so he hasn't had any reason to trophy it. You don't waste good resources like that. But and I turn to the general and I say, I have men standing outside ready to take action should such a thing arise.
Well, hopefully they're good. Necrons they have a habit of being able to just cut through good men. And very hard to take down.
Believe me, I'm aware.
Well,
Now,
that I'm the first here. I assume that is no accident.
yes, I wondered. I was hoping that you would appreciate some of the finer things in this armory, and I just go through like I just talk a little bit about the history of like the service and like the things that me and my family have gone through. Mostly to like display like the wealth of experience that maybe not Holtz himself, but like the Rogue Trader dynasty has.
Yeah, he listens and nods along with it, and it's like, but he does definitely have a thing of like, oh, the accomplishments of your father and like the rest of your family, like, while impressive, it doesn't speak anything about you. You're still very new. You're gonna emphasize that a few times. I'm like, yes, your father sure did a lot of very good work.
And then I'll talk to him about his service. Get him talking about himself. Because as much as like I am trying, or as much as I don't like him, like bad mouthing me a little bit. Like the point is like.
Yeah, he doesn't say in a way of like, oh, but you haven't done anything. He's kind of like, well, you still need to prove your worth and like how useful you are. Many people have come from good families and not been able to do as well themselves. So it's more coming from a point of like, don't get cocky just because you have a good dad.
And I'll get him talking about his service because I also want him to be more agreeable with me. And if he has more experience, fighting the Xeno, then I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of stories about various wars he's engaged in, like going straight up from like being just a trooper up through the ranks, being a sergeant, being a colonel, being a general, all of those stuff. He's got a lot of stories to share.
Anything that I would know about?
I think we established that you don't really know much about aliens, given that you didn't recognize any of the Tyranids on the ship.
I mean, I have forbidden Lord Xenos, but
yeah, so a few. It's like he has encountered a lot during his things. He's been fairly active.
So he's like an actual veteran. He hasn't.
Yeah.
He's fought like actual.
Yeah, he came up from just a trooper and rose up to being a general. He wasn't just like a noble who got plopped into general position. He worked his way up.
And he wasn't thrown into like skirmish firefights with like
he got dropped
seditionists.
straight into wars.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's
fought
like
basically everything. Yeah, the only things he haven't fought is things like Space Marines Like, he hasn't fought like Chaos Space Marine or anything like that, but he has fought like cultists and uprisings and that. His thing has mostly been Xenos. He hasn't fought Chaos that much.
Damn. All right. Wow. That's something to consider.
He definitely has a lot of experience and a lot of cautionary tales to share about Xenos. Like a couple times where the commanders like decided to ally with the Tau, and then after that ended, it went bad. Like, none of his stories have a happy ending when it came to dealing with the Xenos.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely learn a fair bit from him.
And you know that probably continues until someone else, or until Jade arrives.
Yeah, so you can like fade out on you like swapping stories. And then let's go over to the Bendah.
There we go.
Like,
Oh,
so I guess
boy.
like you called Grismo down from the ship to come and join in. Ratskin is like leading you guys along through the hive. And let's see what happens. One of you roll me a D59.
Should I go first?
Whoever wants to.
I'll do it.
47. Yeah, so you guys go around and Ratskin starts like taking you to like a bunch of bars. He like brings you to some more seedy places and gets some drugs. And you'll get fairly baked very quickly. As you get out of your mind on a whole bunch of random substances. And 47 is... Well, at one point you guys come across a funeral. What happened?
No.
You guys come across
boy.
like... You can like, as you're like going between a couple bars, you see like these people like solemnly carrying a coffin down the street and like draped with like banners and all that across it. It's kind of like solemnly carrying this down the street. They're semi in your way. What happens?
The dead is dead. So they're in our way, right?
Yeah, they're like in the street that you're trying to go down. It's not a very wide street.
Well, they're in our way. I want to go that way. I keep going that way.
And it just like walks into the guys carrying the coffin.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and you want to start like walking down and gives this basically shoulder check several of the guys. They kind of like stumble with it, not expecting to just be walked into while doing this. Kind of fumble the coffin, drops the corpse, tumbles out. Kind of military uniform with this horrified look on his face. Like he died seeing something horrific, just tumbles out and stares up at the sky.
Yeah, he looks funny.
A lot of people are crying now. There's shock and awe, just like, oh my god!
Yeah, a lot of panic starts spreading, and like, what the fuck happened? Probably a few people like turning against Meg and like shouting and being very mad at this happening.
You damn Xeno!
Yeah, definitely a lot of.
How dare you!
Indignant. It's just like, how dare you, the green skin who's obviously high on narcotics, not care about
He was a war hero!
Yeah, so you can just like knock that corpse out and just keep going on to the next bar.
Yeah, he basically just keeps walking. To give a shit.
Yeah, a lot of abuse held that you'll be obviously like well armored and well armed. Like, well, we're not fighting him, otherwise we need more funerals.
Yeah.
I feel like you go hurling abuse at your back as they gingerly get the body back in the coffin.
Gizmek now has enemy funeral attendees on his street.
Should I add that to my fucking sheet?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that extreme.
You need to break a lot of funerals to get that.
And yeah, you guys continue on and going between some more bars, getting more and more wasted as Ratskin finds more and more bars and side alleys where he knows somebody.
Would you like me to voice Ratskin for this one?
If you want, yeah.
Come on, guys. I know a good spot for this guy. This guy named Steve, right? He puts weed in cheese. It's real good. Come on. Hell, you guys are gonna love it.
Color back to chickens.
You try this weed cheese and just start scoffing that. First you're like, huh, this is fine. Their eyes dilate. Hits you immediately.
I knew you would like it.
Ooh.
And 38. Yes, this fits of this fits like as you're like getting this new cheese. We get a new pet. The party acquired an untrained dangerous animal. So as you're eating this weed cheese, this very large rat, about like the size of a cat, comes like scampering out and tries to like get some of the cheese out of your hands.
So he just grabs it off the ground by like the scruff of his neck and starts petting it. He's just like, "Oh, you good cat."
Yeah, that's a big one right there. Oh my god, you should give us some cheese.
Yeah,
Roll a
cheese.
toughness
Just
is
shove
not-
some in his mouth.
Yeah, roll a toughness. That's you pick it up and it starts freaking out and trying to bite your hand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it starts biting your hand, barely being able to get through the skin. You get like a paper cut.
I
Yeah,
I
can it
found
even get through the
Kutraku.
gauntlet that I fucking have on?
Oh yeah, your armor. Yeah, it's like biting, like scratching off the paint of like your fingers. Yeah,
I
and you
found
like shove some cheese in its face and it calms down. It starts nibbling.
Its eyes dilate. Just,
Yeah.
it stops moving.
Yeah, it starts nibbling. It's like savaging the cheese, and it's like. And
You
the eyes
just
go
chill
wide
out
and
here.
chill
Just puts
the
it on
fuck
his
out and kind of
shoulder and
sits in
then
your
sits him with
hands.
the spikes.
I
So
give the
what do
rat
you do
more
with it,
cheese.
What do you do with it after it calms the fuck down from the cheese?
He's
That
just like,
rat
you
looks like
just
it's
chill
gonna-
out here. He just puts it on his like shoulder, like next to some of the spikes.
That man looks like it's on a good trip.
You're like set up there, like putting him around the spikes, and just kind of like lightly grips onto the things and just sits up there and is like looking around, being high. And yeah,
Oh my god.
you guys go and continue on your bend after crashing your funeral and finding a rat.
They don't call me Bratskin for nothing.
Raskin is staring at it with his knife and it's like, could acquire more rat skin.
Begins licking his lips.
Then Malachi, what are you doing?
So Malachi is going to. He's basically making his way out of the Underhive, and he is contacting one of the shuttles that was on the planet. That it's going to be quite hilarious to see that Gizmek, Malachi, and Sator all left to go onto the Underhive, and Malachi is the only one to return. So he is, with the knowledge that he has that he stole from Ratskin, he's going to go ahead and try and land somewhere close to the Jackal's base.
Hmm.
He wants to be able to get there.
So you like get into the shuttle and start guiding the pilot.
Yeah.
It's like,
Get
okay, a
into
bit of a bit. Yeah, there's like a storm there. They'll be in there. Yeah, so you're gonna like get set down like the edge of this dust storm.
All right. And
And yeah, you don't have to roll. Yeah, you could have gotten a rebreather if you wanted, because you know it's advised if you go outside of the hive because the air is just full of grit.
fuck yes, I appreciate that. I will get a rebreather.
Because they're common enough, especially on this world, they kind of just hand them out to newbies. So if you're outside, you need this. Yeah, it's not good quality. Like you have to replace the tank every hour to keep yourself going.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, it's like a big like mass that comes out, has like a tube that goes down to a big honking tank on your hip.
Malachi begins, breathing in. Compressed air. Reminds me of the Void ship.
If you had eyes, you'd probably also want goggles, but that's not a problem for you. Yeah, you start heading into this, dust storm.
mhm.
And do you have navigate surface or anything like that?
Malachi has no. He does. He's been mostly focusing on his astropath powers and psychic abilities to.
You have navigation stellar.
Yes,
So
but
how are you trying to find your way through this dust storm towards the base? Like, even with your like psychic vision, like, yeah, the dust is like interfering with it, kind of smacking you in the face and disturbing your concentration.
okay.
So even if your psychic sight is hard to see more than a few feet in front of you.
All right. Malachi would like to roll Psiessence to see if he can detect, like, do a sort of pings into the warp
So,
to
like,
detect
telepathy, like find any like thinking going on ahead or something.
thinking or like souls, life forces.
Yeah. So you can like, okay, eyes aren't working, just focus the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll that. So you'll have a +10.
That would have. Shit. That would have been 0.2 degrees of failure then.
Yeah. So devil's advocate, I'll say you'll make it there, but you will take 2 fatigue.
Okay.
You can like what, and it will also take you a bit longer. You can like wander around, can like realize you've been walking in circles a few times. You like focus on it, find it, and get whacked in the face by a rock, and have to refocus.
All right.
It's definitely quite tiring, and you get lost a few times. You lose Vox with the shuttle fairly quick.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, especially for Malachi for your psychic sense, it's like just like walking through like TV static. The effect of like all you actually see, so you just kind of like, yeah, effectively close your eyes and just look with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or find like the blips of thought going on. You just try and keep your way towards that. Yeah, it takes you about an hour.
All right.
Like wandering through this place to eventually find it. Eventually, you can't hear this like large like chain linked fence around this building.
Is there
growling? And you see several of the what they call the jackals, these large like wolf dog like creatures.
Huh.
Like behind the fence growling at you.
all right? Is there an entrance to the fence?
Yeah, there's like an actual. So you can see like there's no barbed wire or anything. You probably climb it, but there's also like actual gates built into it every now and then.
All right. So,
There also might be a few holes if you went searching.
so Malachi is going to do something interesting. He's never actually done this before on animals, but he's hoping to use the psychic ability Disguise to go ahead and actually try and, by using the sort of tone of voice and like mannerisms of a sketched out druggie, he's going to try and disguise himself as Raskin and see if that would work on the dogs.
It's saying you start like walking towards him, like vibrating, hunching your hands in, kind of like and pretending to be Ratskin. And yeah,
Now, boys.
you're
Now.
fine.
All right.
Yeah, these are just animals, so is it opposed or is it just a roll?
It is an opposed willpower.
Alright, so they will have a penalty. They don't have the best willpower.
All right. I may need to re-roll this if 2.1 degrees.
They rolled a 19. So they have 25 willpower. They have a -10. So they actually fail by 4.
Okay. Whew. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's like outside observers, we just see you like walking forward, like pretending to be a druggie.
Mhm.
Like as you get closer, they like stop growling, kind of squint, look at you, and then they sit back and it's like their tails are whapping the floor. It's like a dog that's happy to see their owner come back.
Good boys. Good boys. It's good to see you again. Malachi will give him like a shaky pat on the head.
You like pat them through the fence,
Yeah.
go into it. And it's kind of like, as you pet them, they kind of like react like cats more than dogs. They like go into it, kind of rubbing against it.
All right. Malachi will keep maintaining this power as he makes his way inside.
Are you gonna try and like use the gate? Are you gonna climb it?
Yeah. Okay, we'll try and hide it, I suppose.
Hide it. What?
Or climb it. I don't know. I thought you said there was an entrance, so.
Yeah, there's like gates around. So it's like, would you go and like check out the gate? Are you just gonna climb the fence? You're gonna find a hole?
Oh, he was. You know what? Yeah, Malachi will find a hole.
Yeah. Roll me an awareness.
All right.
+20.
Okay. Really? Fucking
Oh
really?
no.
God damn it.
So with that, I'll say that, yeah, you look around for a bit and you manage to find it's like this small hole kind of cut into the bottom of the fence, and you can like crawl and climb your way under it. But as you crawl through, something gets caught, and you lose something. So I'll let you pick. Like, what do you lose from your gear? What gets stuck on the fence?
You know, I really don't need this mono-force knife. It seems really, really kind of trashy. Yeah, no. It's going to be Raskin's drugs.
This like this like basic like plastic baggie is kind of sticking out your pocket, gets caught and like torn open, all the drugs just scatter onto the floor.
Yeah. Just like...
You're like, oh. these needles, these pill bottles, just like small ball of like herbs just drops out and scatters everywhere.
Can Malachi attempt to grab one pill?
Yeah, you could like reach out and grab a couple, then like a syringe that didn't break, a pill bottle that kept most of them inside.
All right.
Okay, you got a few.
Malachi now replaces Raskin's drugs with smaller drugs.
Remaining rat skin drugs.
Yeah.
And it's still fairly unidentified. You're not entirely certain what they are. You also probably like scooped a couple of the pills and put them back in the bottle, so you're not entirely sure if those pills were from that bottle, but actually the bottle wasn't labelled, and you're not sure if he kept them all in one bottle anyway.
It's drugs.
Yeah. Drugs.
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 Yeah, it's not just drugs, it's drugs.
Remaining rat skin.
Wait on your way out to collect up some of the drugs. Pop up in you. A couple of the jackals are kind of there, like sat up and looking at you.
Fellas, how y'all doing, fellas? It's been a while.
I don't think they're fooled by disguise. Oh, the jackals. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah, not the actual people, the animals.
Actually, this would affect the
It's very confusing because the dogs are called the jackals, and then the gang is also called the jackals. That is a point of confusion with everybody on this hive.
No, I ain't talking about the jackals. I'm talking about the jackals.
Yeah.
Malachi, he would say to the jackals, saying, "Now don't eat these things. They're gonna be. Otherwise, you want a wild trip. I mean, in that case, you can go on ahead and scarf them on up." But
Yeah, you see one go there and bites and starts chewing on a needle, crunching the glass.
What's with everyone and everything getting high in this episode?
I mean,
Yeah, chewing on this.
yes.
Yes.
Just a note to everyone involved: we do not condone the usage of drugs.
It's like blood dribbling out of his mouth as it's eating this glass. Really unperturbed and keeps doing it.
Oh. All right, fellas, I'm gonna make my way inside. Hope you have a good fun.
Yeah, you kind of like squint through this storm. You can see this large building. It's like probably maybe like a manufactorum or some kind of factory or something like that. Seemingly disused as like places where like windows would be is now just like bricked up or just like wooden planks kind of nailed across them.
Okay.
Yeah, very disused factory looking. Yeah. Are you just like gonna head for the front door, or are you gonna try and get in another way?
Malachi will roll a awareness to see if he can spot like a back door or something like that. Let's see. He hasn't been rolling well today, so yeah. Wow, just why is it always barely failing?
Yeah, so you start like going around, like checking around the place, and you do find a back door, but it's like boarded up. So you'd have to like tear off a bunch of the planks to get in.
Could I use my either Skitari power sword or my mono knife to start like basically cutting them like butter? So that way I can cause less noise.
Yeah, you could just like slice down one side and then just like pull them off.
Awesome.
Power swords go through wood like it's not even there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you do that and then you come up to the door and it's locked.
I should have figured that much. All right.
What is it? Double
Malachi,
security system, that is.
you know what? Malachi is just going to take the main door since he's still disguised as Reskin.
Yeah, so then you just like, you turn around and go back towards the front door. Then we'll cut back over to Holtz as you get the message that Mistress Jade is arriving.
Yep. And I say to General Red, please excuse me for a moment. I'll be right back. In the meantime, and I like clap my hands, and I have some hors d'oeuvres or like 40k hors d'oeuvre equivalent brought in, as an appetizer. And please make yourself at home. If you need anything, I have a few men outside that can assist you. The bathroom is that way. And yeah, I go down to the hangar bay.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. You head on back down. Yeah, after a minute. Just like you arrive there and there's like a couple minutes and then the Mistress Delilah Jade arrives. And you see her ship is, I forget the name, it's not an Aquila, it's the one step up from that. It's like the fancy civilian transport. With like a couple small weapons just in case, but it's not like a gunship. It's like very fancy. It's like a lot of like gold and like icons and that built into it. It's definitely made to look fancy. But again, like her palace is not just like gold plated everywhere. It's like done enough that it doesn't look just like gross to look at. Still does look good despite being ostentatious. Comes in, sets down, opens up, and Mistress Jade steps in. Like wearing a similar outfit to before. This thing, like silk. These like loose silken robes, fair bit of jewelry around her, like tasteful amount of makeup. She comes down. You see no bodyguards with her.
I do the gentlemanly thing, help her down the ramp as or whatever is expected of me, in these social situations.
Yeah, she like takes your hand. She comes down the ramp. She doesn't need it. She's strong enough, but
Yeah, it's one of those things.
It's like a courtesy thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, pleasure to see you again, Mistress Jade.
And to you, Lord Holt. Not too
Welcome.
impressive ship. Small. One of the smaller trader vessels I've seen, but serviceable enough.
Blackstone has been in my family for generations. She
Okay.
may be, she may be a small raider class, but she's served well over the years.
Sure.
Now, care for a tour of the ship, and she's going on a tour of the ship no matter what. She doesn't really get a say in the matter. But I have to ask.
I'd like to see this ship that's been in your family for generations. See what you've done with it.
And I take her on a tour. And
I assume that the tour is like organized that you don't visit the lower decks where stuff is just absolute shit.
no, that's where I go for. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
You don't feel the menials shoveling their friends' corpses into the generators.
Nah. It's more an excuse to like explain like my plans and like talk to her alone before I bring her to General Red.
It's a walk and talk.
Yeah. Once I get like a conversation going, it's like, so, you'll find that the general is already here. If you hadn't noticed from the hangar.
So is Valkyrie, yes.
My current plan for this little meeting is to discuss discuss your agreement, one with the general as how to handle Blackwell's initial policies, and two, for the general meeting as a whole, what you find acceptable and not acceptable, and what goals and guidelines should be set. As for the general himself, well, as for both of them, neither of them trust you as far as they can throw you. Personally speaking, I find trust to be a worthless concept. Trust can be bought with mere thrones, but for them, it's a bit more of a issue.
Quite wise never to really trust somebody, especially somebody like me who deals in coin.
Yes, but that lack of trust may come to bite you. That being said, I know you're competent. I know you've managed to get unanimous support from the nobility, and I'm not naive enough to think that you've done that legitimately. Though I don't really hold hard feelings against
Just
that.
like puts a hand to her chest and God, what's the word? Like,
The
Mock.
fake, the mock.
yeah,
How
the mock
dare
like
you.
shops like, how dare you? But she doesn't actually say anything. She says, huh. That gesture.
Like I said, I know your competence, and between you and me, I expect you to come out on top in all of this. But you have to play ball. Here, General Red will be looking to, as colored by his military experience as he is. General Red genuinely seems to care about this planet and its security. You use that. You can fund his troops. You can use that to get security for your trade, as well as use it to chomp down on any of the cold trade attempts among your competitors. That's the most obvious of benefits. The other is that you'll have, if you work with the general well enough, you'll be able to know the intricate details of just how a security system works and know how to bypass it. As for the boy, like I said, he doesn't trust you, but he'll need your help if he wants anything to work. After all, nothing gets done without money passing hands.
The word to the merchant, how to give as little coin away as I can while still making things function.
And as much coin as he'll need, you'll have to make sure that there's an equal amount of investment. That's
What was that phrase from old Terra? The steward acquires the coin and the king spends it.
something like that. Of course, this is just how I see things from meeting them one-on-one. I'm sure as the meeting progresses, there'll be more nuanced discussion, but I figured I'd give you a heads up.
It'll be interesting to meet this general face-to-face. I haven't had the chance to yet.
He's very experienced, be warned. Not in politics or the markets, but in war. Expect him to play hard, or play hardball.
So I've dealt with soldiers before. Know their type. See how this goes.
Yeah, and it's probably like right about there that we arrive at the trophy room.
He arrives there, kind of come in to see him, just like, there's like a few small hors d'oeuvres, not a lot. His bodyguard stood like basically back at one of the doors, respectfully back, but present in the room.
Yep. As we walk in, what is Jade's reaction to all of the shit in the trophy room?
Yeah, she can then kind of glancing around and. Okay.
He goes in, glances around, and gets assaulted by a baby and a cat.
Oh boy. Note that down. Risky.
Holtz comes in over the box. The world has stopped up here for me. Is it the same down there?
Yeah.
What's it? I'm sorry, I'm just floating there. You sure the bubbles?
The Holtz report, we crashed a funeral and got a very big rat.
His name's Mr. Fluffy.
Is that code for something?
No, he's just a
No.
rat, he's just here. Is it alright, Mr. Fluffy?
You know what? As long as you're having fun, I'm fine with it.
Come back, accidentally release Mr. Fluffy, goes through all the fucking internals, all the wires, the ship somehow over the course of multiple days.
Holtz tells Gizmek, a pet is a very big responsibility. You have to make sure to feed it, take care of it.
Hey, your ship
go
don't
on
need
walks.
wires, and then the ship no longer needed wires.
Oh boy.
Zach, you back?
No,
That was Malachi. Okay.
yeah.
What about you, Malachi?
The fucking... This ain't Malachi, this is Raskin. Please leave a message after the beep.
I thought we was with Ruskin.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two of them now!
Trisky. This rat is basically going to be like that chicken in RimWorld.
Yeah, so the motherfuckers, for context, I have a fucking, like, colony in RimWorld that the Twitch viewers can, contribute to, and they can, like, use a fake currency to drop pod shit in for the colony. And one of the things they were drop potting in was alcohol, and I had not paid attention to the fact that the spot that I was letting shit drop pod in was within the area that the animals were allowed to roam around, and they drop potted in some beer, and a brand new baby chick drank some. That chick got blackout drunk for 28 days, developed liver failure, and I think it's probably dead at this point. I then moved to the drop pod location.
It went from being blackout. It fucking went from being a chicken to a chicken while being on
Yeah,
blackout
it
drunk.
grew into a full-grown fucking chicken whilst being blackout drunk somehow. Because that's how RimWorld works. Or doesn't. Depends on how you look at it.
Oh god.
Fucking RimWorld's a masterpiece in all the wrong ways. And I love it. That's why I'm like 1,300 hours in that fucking game. I have almost twice as many hours in RimWorld as I do in fucking TF2, and I used to run servers in TF2.
My god. Is this going to be another baby break stream?
Probably.
I'm gonna go get soda.
I was thinking about grabbing
Yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom as well.
Understandable.
I do not have time to grab soup. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Grabbing soup. Hold on.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm pretty sure that Holt went to take a piss. Trisky, are you still here? Fuck.
Oh, do I go through your Bender event then?
Sure. Give.
D59.
I'm just going to copy paste this. 37.
I went to take a piss and get a soda too.
You came back in time, thankfully.
Yeah, so he has.
We have to remember that Grismo's coming along too.
Yeah, as Jade gets invited in. Well, you only roll for the PCs. The NPCs are just there as well.
I'm back.
Hey. Oh, yeah, we might as well just do the bit with Jade coming in and then we can cut over.
Mhm.
Yeah. As Jade enters the trophy room, she kind of like looks around at all the things and yeah, I think Holt, your experience enough at diplomacy and that you wouldn't really need to roll. You'd be able to read that. She's kind of like looking at the stuff more like appraising like how valuable they are. And being like, okay, so that trophy broken, not like yeah, she's kind of glancing through, like not saying anything. You can like see in her eyes she's basically like, almost like dollar signs, like figuring out what the actual value everything in here is worth. Like just how much they're made to look impressive. Yeah, so figuring out how actually impressive this
This trophy room is.
yeah, how actually impressive it is and how much it's been made to look impressive.
Imagine it's been made to look impressive because most of the shit in here is just like broken or like just like refurbished to just look nice.
Yeah, they only made to look like a lot more impressive than they actually are. It is sort of like Xenos artifacts, like even broken, those go for quite a bit on black markets.
Yeah.
There's no other way to get them.
But I'm a rogue trader, so I'm not going to sell that shit.
Yeah. You're allowed to do what you want with it as long as you use it. You don't sell it to anybody else.
Yeah.
You're fine.
And then, there's the Necron corpse. It's probably the most valuable thing in here, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, glances around at that and then sees the General Red. Mrs. Jade. And nods as she comes over and sweeps out of things and sits down across from him. It's like how big is this table?
There's only 4 people, so it's not like inordinately big. I don't even. It's probably like a.
Like how many people could this thing seat?
Honestly, probably about 8. Honestly, but I have 4 chairs out. One, I probably have like General Red and Jade sitting on the same side, and then Blackwell on the other, and then I'm sitting at the head. If that makes sense. If I can assign my own seating.
Yeah, so it'd be like this, there.
They're closer together, so it'd be like it'd be
like that kind of thing, or more up this end.
yeah. Like obviously they're not 2 scale, but like more,
So you
they're
just
closer
have
together.
like an extra length of table that's not being used.
Yeah. Oh no, like that's on purpose.
Yeah.
If there's anything else that if I need to call someone in with like documents and like things to sign, they can come in. Leave it at one end of the table, or if they want food, I'm planning on having food there, so like
a few like hors d'oeuvres and that kind of scattered around the unused part of the table.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, so she kind of comes along and he kind of goes to sit across from me like, no, you sit over there. She kind of looks at you askance for a moment and is like, okay, whatever. doesn't seem too concerned and goes and sits down next to Red.
Yes. And I sit down at the head of the table. Is like, I understand this is the first time you two have met.
Yes, it is. Yes. I'm much closer into the city. And then I think to save me having to play 2 characters at the same time, we're going to fade out of there and come back in to see the results later.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm not good at playing 2 different NPCs at the same time.
I think it would have been really funny to see you argue with yourself.
Watch you have fucking
Yeah, I can't
goddamn
switch back and forth that easily.
split personality disorder time.
Oh god.
As you guys are going along, so Sator, your event, you're kind of going along. Nashin's like, oh, hey guys, I found this thing. Look, hey, he's like, hey Sator, look at this, and he just jabs this needle into your neck. And you find you have psychic abilities.
What?
For a short time. Like, what kind of psychics does this unlock in you?
Well,
Divination, telepathy, telekinesis, pyromancy. It's like, what kind of shit are you able to do for this brief period?
Pyromancy.
Yeah, so you start just shoot fire out of your hands.
Whoa.
We happen to be in the slums in an area that's particularly
Yeah, so it's like, you guys are down in the slum. You start. Yeah, it's like, what do you do with your newfound fire magic?
Oh, it's pretty burning, shaddies.
I'm back.
Hi, I temporarily have psychic abilities now.
Yeah, fucking Ratskin stabbed him with a syringe that made him a pyromancer.
Yeah, so what are you guys getting up to for like the next hour or like half hour, an hour? What does Sator get up to with his new fire magic?
You start burning random trash.
You start finding piles of shit and
Yep.
Gizmek's just
Really?
randomly encouraging you. Gizmek's just randomly encouraging you, pointing you at shit for you to burn.
You light the hobo beacons.
Yep.
And yeah, so as you're going around doing that, you start to notice this like pressure in the back of your head. And roll me a D100.
Oh boy.
Enjoy Perils of the Warp.
Oh my god. He rolled doubles.
Well, that just means that, well, this is just a roll forward the perils, so he doesn't trigger it because he got the doubles, he was triggering it anyway.
What happens?
22 is Soul Sear. So as you go around just like burning these trash fires, you find like a huge pile that's like the size of like a house and starts like blasting as much fire into it as you can. When you feel like something like in the back of your head just like clicks, kind of like, you know that feeling when you like suddenly turn your head and there's like the line of pain down the back of your neck?
Mm-hmm.
Like that flash, like ah, and like the fire just shuts off. And roll me a d5.
I am clipping that sound effect of Zach making that pain noise.
Then roll me a d5 as you take 1 corruption point. There's like this like line of like psychic demonic fire like shoot down from your head into the rest of your body, and your new psychic abilities just stop functioning.
That was fun. Hey,
Yeah,
Rex, we
boy.
have more of those.
Nah, I found it. It was on the street.
Damn it.
I'm gonna get that checked out later. And here's next. Roll me a d59 as well.
Oi. $53.
53.
Oh boy.
So, after that, Sato, you know that hand that you found?
I know what this is, yes.
Yeah, so after, like, running out of your psychics, you're like, oh, but I still want to destroy shit. And then you realize you have a way to do that.
Oh, he gives
And
me.
you think this is a great idea.
Oh yeah.
And so PC decides performing some surgery is a good idea.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I consented with this, so I'm fine.
Gizmek pulls out the blowtorch and scrap metal.
Yeah,
Uh,
and let's see how this surgery goes.
Oh my god.
I'm doing it on my left hand.
Given that you're an orc, this would be a tech use. This isn't a medical for you, this is a
Yeah.
tech.
I think there is also a toughness test required by Sator.
Understandable.
Yeah, roll the toughness test. You can have a +10.
Because I'm fucking...
You got rat skin holding him down.
Yep, and I probably...
And you also have Grismo there, so +20 actually.
Can I just knock him out?
Well, that would
He
be,
might just wake up
I
and
don't know.
scream in pain.
Can I say that I have a... I'm going to say that this is toughness only because that drug I also had other stuff.
we need to
probably
see how Gizmek does. You might not even need it if he rolls well enough.
Alright, so
Oh my... 7.
Yeah.
give
so
me one
tech use
second
with the
because all of
+20.
my audio settings decided that this would be the exact perfect moment to fuck up, and now I can't.
So whatever Gizmek does, I'm not going to feel anything, basically.
Now I
Yeah,
can. Now I
you
can
guys
hear.
are all drunk and high as fuck, so you're not really feeling much.
Is there any
Gives it a
modifier to my
couple-
tech use whatsoever?
+20 because you have Grismo and Ratskin helping. Like Ratskin's like holding him down, and Grismo is actually helping with the tech.
Yeah, I think I can shoulder it.
So yeah, so you just kind of. It's like, where do you guys go to do this? Where does Gizmek think is
Uh,
a good place to do this surgery?
I go back to the tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
You take him back to the tattoo parlor. You see like a sign is like in front of the door, like out for lunch. You just like go through the beads, sit Sator down on the bench. What do you use to take off his arm?
My axe.
Left arm, to be exact, please.
You just whip out the chain axe. Take
Fucking
off an arm
tearing.
of the chair as well, because Gizmek is not that. It's not that dexterous at the best of times. It's like the full arm comes off, and it hurts, but you're like you're drunk and high, so it's not really like It's more of like, oh, my arm's gone. That's neat.
What's that meme of like the girl looking at the shadow above her face? What's that called?
That means-
That's what I'm imagining. That's how I imagine Sator's face when you see Gizmek pull out the chain axe.
Oh god, we need to find that meme now.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just this axe just takes off your arm. The arm plops to the floor. And which arm is it, Gizmek? Which arm do you
He
cut
said
off?
left.
The left? Alright, the power fist was a right arm.
Great.
Of course.
You're an orc, so it still works. But Sato now has 2 right hands.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's fine.
As you get this, like, rough, like, power fist kind of put onto your arm. And yeah, it has all the stats of a normal power fist.
Oh god.
Except that when you attack with it, there will be a test or you take fatigue.
I'm fine. This
Yeah.
is fine.
Oh, and
because that gets done on, and after a bit, you start to be able to move the fingers. You hear of, what
And
the fuck?
I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm gonna punch a fucking wall.
Yeah, so you like punch the wall, and yeah, roll me a toughness.
Net. Oh boy.
Oh no.
oh, this is gonna be great.
So you are high, so I'll say you'll take less, so that'll be 2 fatigue rather than 4.
Yep.
Ah,
And so you just like punch into this wall with this right-left hand.
as Sasha walks in.
Yeah, leave this big dent, like a bunch of plaster, like crumbles down. A bit of the roof kind of breaks off and falls.
And my entire body starts
Electric
shaking.
Yeah, this electricity just shoots up your arm, like stuns you for a second. As you'll hear, what the fuck are you doing in my store?
You wanted to do
As you look over to see Sasha stood there with like a sandwich in her hand.
This
Did
is
you
a
not
good
see the
bench.
sign?
It's a good bench for surgery.
You're paying for that shit.
Yeah. Gizmek just like pulls out this thing that Holtz told him was like, if anybody says you have to pay for shit, just throw them this. It's just like probably like Holtz probably accounted for Gizmek doing way too much damage, and it's probably worth way more than the wall's worth.
Yeah, you just throw her the whole bag. She kind of takes it, looks like it, goes, alright.
Oh, here we go now. He just picks up Sator by the fucking hood and leaves.
Carry him out. Ratskin just trotting along behind Griswold, ducking through her legs. And she kind of like looks at her store, turns the sign around from getting lunch to closed. She knows to go get a new chair. And then you guys head back out for the Bendah with your new arm.
It's amazing.
She just had to deal with us in such the dumbest fucking way.
I love that you got that one.
The same, to be honest.
I feel like Malachi's going to get a strong chastising from.
I have 2 right arms now. This is amazing.
It's just that one motherfucker from JoJo again.
You literally have 2 right hands.
I'm gonna I should have gotten my fucking right arm instead, only so that I could say that I'm fucking big boss now.
Oh, but
So-
bigger.
That reversed the right hand because then it would have been the correct hand, but I just had Gizmek basically guess.
You said left hand. Sator literally
Yeah, I was
said put
saying
it on my
left
left
hand
hand at
anyway.
one point. So I was like, okay, I'll put it on his
Because
left
now
hand
he
because that's what he wants. And then he said, oh, yeah, okay. It was his right hand. So now he has 2 right hands. You fucked yourself. We're high. It's what would happen.
Yeah, you guys probably aren't going to remember most of this as well, so you're going to wake up like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, just for flavor, at one point after I installed the arm, I probably found some of her like equipment nearby and just wrote Gizmek was here on the side of the fucking like the arm after I attached it.
No, I need to.
Tattoo, you can't tattoo metal.
No, I need
I'm-
to get a stamp on the phone.
I'm an
with
orc.
that
I'm
attitude,
an
you
orc.
can't.
I can tattoo metal.
The tattoo gun is basically scratched Gizmek was here into it with the tattoo needle.
In red.
So-
Very
Yeah, so she
specifically in
also
red.
needs a needle gun. She also needs a new needle gun.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she's
she's in the
she's
fitness
been
store.
basically
Yeah,
paid
it's
for
fine.
like another whole like 2 or 3 days worth of clients on top of repairing
Yeah.
everything.
He just turns the sign to close and gets about figuring out what the hell she needs to replace here. Let's continue your Bendah. Yeah, and then
Oh my
over
god.
to Malachi as you're approaching the front door of this Factorum base.
All right. Still disguised, so
So these two like large double doors. And yeah, he's still like psychically disguised as Ratskin.
Just gonna go ahead. And he's gonna first see if, like, they are just unlocked, but if not, he's gonna do a bang, bang, bang.
You'd see that the front doors don't seem to be locked.
All right.
Like,
Gives- Yeah, Malachi will push them open.
yeah, so just like cowboy style entering the saloon, just push them open and step in.
Yeah. Oh my golly.
You
Yes.
just see a selection of people. Yeah, so, like the jackals, like you see primarily men, but a few like equally strange and tough-looking women scattered around. A whole bunch of the jackals also just like lazing around, or like a couple of them fighting. Looks very clearly high, or in the process of getting high. There's like a few kind of off on the sides, like with weapons, kind of staring off into space.
I like this place. This place is a nice place.
Yeah, so it's like entering like a very rowdy, seedy bar rather than
No,
like,
it's a crack den. That's what it is.
kind of. Yeah, it's like as you come in, it's like a few of the ones closest kind of turn to you and like pointing pistols at you. It's like, what?
I'm here to listen, fellas. Calm down. I'm here to go ahead and see Mad Dog. Listen, remember that night we went ahead and got that toaster we gave to him? Holy shit! I got some news. Oh,
I think you need to redo the power when you're using it against new people
all right.
because you used it against the jackals. And now you're using it on the jackals.
All right.
They got a 40, so they all failed by 1.
All right. So re-roll it. You said. I mean, I said as maintaining it, but if you want me to, I can.
I think we need to figure out how that works.
It's basically if they get past 2.1 degrees of success, they would have.
Yeah,
Got
I guess that makes sense. So you can just like let it ride as long as you keep maintaining it. Yeah. That your success ride. So yeah, so they fail. This kind of lucky. It's like, yeah, you're back earlier, Atskin. Where's
I know. Listen. All right.
Where's the other guys?
Oh god, we ran into some trouble at the bar. Fucking big.
So fisty try and punch somebody again?
Oh no! There's this big fucking orc, big green fella. He came right at us, swinging around a chainsword. It was fucking crazy, man. I'm surprised I got out there alive. But listen, what was it? They said they was after the toaster, so I need to go ahead and talk with Mad Dog. Yeah, something about that thing. They want it.
Oh yeah, we don't want the orc getting the toaster. Yeah, go see him.
All right.
He's up in his office, I think.
Well, damn. Keep an eye on that door. Don't want no surprises.
And that's what we're doing. We're like generally facing the direction of the wall that the door is in.
Like I'd imagine them now just like have couches just facing the wall, like drooling, but then they have a las pistol pointed at the door.
Oh, it's not las pistol, it's more like auto pistols.
Okay.
Gangs don't have las weapons, they get the shitty guns.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, Malachi will begin making his way up to Mad Dog's office.
He just got told he's in his office. They didn't point or anything because you're Ratskin, you know where his office is.
Yeah. Malachi will he's gonna go ahead and pretend like, he's drugged, so he's like, kind of a bit like, fuck. Fellers, where the fuck is his office again? This is good. I picked up some good shit along the way. You guys want some?
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's kind of like staring at you and it's like, fully has blanked as well. So this guy probably doesn't even remember what his own name is right now.
He's like, that way, right? Like Malachi will begin pointing in like that direction, like forward.
Then it's like blinks and then collapses onto the floor and just isn't moving.
I'll take that as a yes. Malachi.
And another one kind of like sets up, kicks him and say, "He dead." Yeah, office is over there.
All right. Save any of his goods for me too. I was the last one to saw him after all.
I gotta think. And you see a very large jackal, like probably like twice the size of the other ones, comes out, just bites down on the head of this guy, and just drags him out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a jackal person, not a fucking animal jackal.
Animal. Yeah, this like huge jackal animal comes out, bites down on this guy's head, and just drags him outside. So if he wasn't dead when he passed out, he was definitely dead when the thing bit onto his head.
Shit, I was going checking for something. If I can lay out.
Dead. So I don't. Yeah, he's over there. And it points at a door.
All right. Okay.
It's the third floor. Wait, how do we? Second or is this floor 1 or is this floor 0? The 2 or 3 then?
That's a good question.
2 floors up from here. Whatever. Go.
What? I'll say. Malachi.
We'll figure it out.
Malachi will make his way over to the doors.
Yeah, you head up, can like push through this big heavy door. It kind of like looks like it came from a submarine. You like spin that thing, open it up, and head up the stairs.
How many? As Malachi's going along, how many jackals would he actually keep seeing?
There's probably need an equal number of humans and the animals, and there's probably around 100, 150 or so of each.
All right. I respect that.
Pretty big game.
Pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. You head up to the 2nd/3rd floor, depending on how you count it. You head up 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah, just counting on my fingers.
Yeah, and you come up to this very tough, reinforced metal door. Again, this one looks more like it got ripped off of a bank vault and then slotted into this wall.
Malachi will do the bang, bang, bang.
What?
Boss, I got something you might want to hear.
Oh, come the fuck in then.
All right. Just don't shoot me.
Why the fuck would I shoot you?
Fucking he begins opening the door.
Yeah, I see that. And roll me a strength for the hell of it.
I don't have strength. And also, I'm assuming this is going to be good because Ratskin is actually he looked like a weak tweaker. So
Ratskin is thin, but he is muscle. He's yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
-6.9.
Nice.
Yeah, she is and it's not moving.
I just imagine this entire scene from fucking straight out of a goddamn Looney Tunes film of him just pushing against an immovable object just in 20 different fucking positions.
Yeah, it's it just
running
feels
at
like you're
him.
trying to pull open a wall, it's not even budging.
I didn't. It's a pull. You don't push it. You pull it.
Yeah, you try and push it, you try and pull it, no extra budging. It seems to be a pull. There's a slight movement when you pull, but it's not actually moving.
You have to click the button.
Shut the fuck up, boss. Where's the door?
It's right fucking there. You're shouting through it. Just fucking open it. Oh, for the love of and
Good.
roll me a dodge. That door suddenly swings open right in front of you.
Wow, 82.
It's flooding.
I am not good at dodging today. I'm not good at rolling, just in general.
Oh, do you want to re-roll it, or you?
Have you succeeded on any of your rolls?
One fucking, and that was. Wait, hold on. Have I rolled below a 50? I want to know if I've rolled below a 50.
I don't think so.
Oh my god, lads! I'm re-rolling this. Oh, yeah!
As he says, you're
Well,
oh
yeah.
shit, jump backwards and almost falling down the stairs as you do, as this sort of slams open and you hear just smash into the wall. This very large man, probably nearing 7 foot, on the other in this doorway, in this thick armor that could be carapace, could be power. It's hard to tell. With these 2 massive almost power hammers, because it's a power maul but shaped like a hammer. Just in each hand. He's like, "What?"
Boss, listen, it's about the thing we picked up on our escapades. They might be listening.
There's a lot of things. Come the fuck in.
All right. Malachi begins, like, scratching his wrists and stuff like that, coming on inside, And I'm guessing he's gonna go ahead and, like, try to pull the door behind him. I'm assuming that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come the fuck in. I got it.
Yeah, Malachi will come on inside. He
steps over and pulls it shut, one-handed. And you see it's like very lovely looking room inside. So like a very cushiony looking bed, like a desk set up. I think it's like a very nice looking room.
Is it like so the rest downstairs is trash. Meanwhile, up here, it's kind of like a legitimate business office room.
Yeah, pretty much. Except like there's also like his bed and like a sink and all that in here as well. He's like a door that presumably goes off to like a bathroom. It's like a combination office bedroom.
Malachi is going to wait for him to just begin move, or while his back is it becomes face to Malachi. Malachi is going to actually disperse his disguise. So he's going to the moment he says, "Now you're causing me all this," and he looks back and just sees Malachi.
Alright, what the fuck?
Hello.
Okay, explain before I rip your head off.
Yeah, I know. Alright. Mind if we at least take a seat here? I'm not here to cause any trouble.
It's easy to kill you if you sat down.
Alright. Malachi's got a seat.
He just goes and sits down into his chair as well. So who the fuck are you? What you done to Raskin?
Alright, first off, Raskin's still alive. He's on a bender with some of my friends.
That sounds like him.
Yeah. What ended up the reason that I wanted to get to meet you in person is because, one, I assumed it would be really fucking hard to do so figured I'd do it myself. And two, I know a lot of people, basically some higher ups, they let's just say that they don't like this whole gang war situation.
They can shove it.
Yeah, I know. But basically, I know you have every right to just keep on doing whatever you're doing and stuff like that. But I hope you can try and hear me out here, because coming from a sort of higher up viewpoint, it's like, oh shit. So I'm a level with you. This gang war, I understand why it's going on. Fucking you guys went ahead and got your relic from your cult host on us, which I gotta say, props to you guys. Fucking how you managed to get a fucking an STC artifact relic, a fucking toaster away from those tech priests. God damn.
Yeah, that's Raskin. He's the one that did it. He just fucking showed up with it, and it's fucking hilarious.
Well, but I want to go ahead and talk to you about the sort of logistics on this one. But this gang war of your guys, you guys are a fairly tough gang, both of yous, equally powered. It's quite impressive, really.
Very equal in power.
It's very well. I'm assuming you guys, of course, you guys are going to have them on the ropes. But I'm just saying, the longer this gang war goes on, the more resources is going to be expended from both of you, eventually weakening each other down.
So fun.
And I know. But if you but here's the thing. Might go ahead, and once you both are whittled down, there might be somebody looking to crump both of you and take your power, your positions as some of the top gangs of this hive. And with that,
great.
You're fine with getting yourselves killed over this toaster.
Sounds like fun.
Malachi's going to roll. He's gonna say, "Listen, you're gonna have to trust me on. I'm the most trustworthy person that you can get on this one." And with that, give him a willpower check, because this is going to be master manipulation.
Before he has 20, plus 20 willpower, on top of a 50.
He rolled a 12.
Okay, fuck.
That is.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's just under. Yeah, that's 2 degrees of success.
All right.
I believe in you.
Actually, I'm gonna spend 2 fate point to increase it up to a fucking.
I'd say 1. And also remember to roll your d10s.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna increase it by 1. 2.4.
So that's 2.4. He got a 12.
You re-roll the dodge, right? Don't forget to roll your 1d10 for
Yep.
the fate.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, so 3.
32.
No.
He got 2.3.
He got 2.3. I got 2.4. So just by 1.
He has a
Oh
will
my
35.
And I got to roll a D5 for fatigue, actually. 2. Nice.
As
Nice.
what are you doing?
I am doing master manipulation. So, with the psychic power, master manipulation, that allows me to convince somebody who fails their willpower check that the statement that Malachi says, I am the most trustworthy person, here, that you could go ahead and, supernaturally trust him, is true. And he believes it is true, and nothing else, even if there is evidence to prove otherwise, he just regards it as true. I can go ahead and send you the PDF again, but
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
All right. Fuck you want to say then? Say it.
All right. So what I'm saying is that, listen, it's just as simple as if we can go ahead and I can return the toaster. We can go ahead and finish this all up. I'm even willing to go ahead and, compensate for you.
Good luck.
What's that?
Good luck finding it.
Where is it?
I don't fucking know. Somewhere out in the desert. I don't know.
Raskin said you had it.
Yeah, he gave it to me, and then I don't know, chucked it out the window at some point. I didn't want it. It's a fucking toaster. What am I going to do with it? That's why this is so funny. They've been trying to get it back. We don't even have it.
Fair enough. Hey, listen. All right. Then, you know what? Mad respect to you. I understand that. I'm going to clear this up for you. Don't worry. I just wanted to go ahead and ask, y'all right if I go ahead and see if I can find, where exactly it is, to do some, I want to see through your eyeballs, man.
I'm taking my eyes.
No, don't worry. Just, this might feel a little bit weird, but trust me.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Mark, baby.
Mark, baby.
Mark, baby. Oh boy. Can I say that if we had the money for it, I would fucking probably pay someone to make an animation of that fucking last event in the Bendah? Fucking Raskin stabs me in the neck with a needle, I scream and then I start shooting fire. And I decide, hey, I should replace my arm with this one so I can destroy more shit.
I was literally looking for like a Markiplier, but like as a baby picture. So and then just use that every time Zach has a baby, and we can be like Mark baby. Boom.
Mark, baby.
Fucking pea soup just came out my nose.
Oh god.
For a second, I had to like think about what you just said. Pea just came out of your nose.
I
didn't
pay
register-
soup out my nose.
Oh, just like, damn, that's impressive.
Oh boy.
All right. I gotta. God damn, I'm sorry, lads. All right, I should be good.
Fucking 9 pen, 2 d10s. I'm gonna to hit 2. How many times am I going to hit 2 ones?
Here, give me a second, lads. I gotta help my parents.
Right. Whoa, it sure is quiet now.
Yeah, everyone just fucking left. It's
Yep.
just the quiet kids.
Oh, God.
So the stream's still going on. So for those of you who are watching, all one, maybe zero of you.
Yep.
You are beautiful
just
people,
kind of-
and we love you.
Yes. Yeah, you're beautiful. You have nice friends. Your parents are wonderful people. If you don't have parents, your friends are wonderful people.
I'm sorry, this joke's going on too long.
Gizmek ruining a funeral.
Sorry, give on.
We need to remember that we have a rat which is really big and high with us.
Yeah, maybe I gave it a tattoo as well.
Are you
Like
going to try to
crudely
get the rat to
drawn
the ship?
tattoo.
Oh. We're going to wake up with the goddamn rat and he's going to nibble on Gizmek. Or
The
something.
rat's just going to be like shoved into like some desk drawer or some shit with a couple of holes poked into it with an axe.
Probably.
Are you going to try to get into the ship or no?
If Gizmek actually cares enough, he will get it on the ship. It's not a question
The-
anymore.
The first bet of the campaign.
Now, how long it survives on the ship is a different question. I wouldn't be surprised if it just gets shoveled into the engines.
Uh,
My lord. Alright. How many babies will it take to destroy this campaign?
Just one.
How many times will that baby strike? Hey!
What's the highest baby streak so far?
I think we
Like-
had like a 5-1, yeah.
Either 4 or 5.
2.
Alright, so as we wait for this, let me pull up the other campaign. That
Even though the
believes-
RGM for the other campaign is gone.
So we can't even do that one now.
Yep.
Jack is gone, so now we have a game in a game Inception. And I got my character, the Rim. I think Jack's back first.
I'm back.
Jack
Hi.
is back first. So there's no reason
Apparently,
for me to have pulled
Malachi
this up.
mind
All
probes
right.
the guy.
Yeah, so we started doing that, and then we can cut over to oh, might as well get back over to Holtz.
And he's basically trying to get the two to like agree on things this entire time. I'm assuming that the conflict is Jade doesn't want oversight, but wouldn't mind the extra muscle, while Red wants oversight, but doesn't want to be glorified mercenary company.
Yes.
He's also interested in the money, improve getting funding for his PDF.
Yeah.
Upgrading from standard autocannons, or not autocan autoguns to actual las guns.
Oh, his men do have las guns, because it's harder to make auto guns than it is to make las guns.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just general
Upgrade
better
weapons.
equipment, better quality, better rations, all that stuff. But yeah, so just roll me the fellowship skill that you want to use for this. So you can deceive, you can charm, you can blather, whatever you want to use to be you kind of smoothing things over?
Well, I mean, the best thing would be charm. So
You can kind of convince them to that working together and getting a compromise is better.
Yeah.
And try and lead them along towards the best outcomes that you think.
Any bonuses or penalties? I'm assuming it's a straight roll.
Yeah, just a flat.
All right. Well, hopefully Malachi's taking all the bad rolls away from me. So, all right, that's only 1.2 degrees of success.
Yeah, so you're kind of there, and yeah, it's I think these guys are both experienced enough politicians and that they don't actually devolve into arguments and yelling at each other. But you can get a bit heated in the calm way of deep discussions and that do. It's not yelling, but there's definitely they are arguing points and probably getting a little bit mad, but not actually yelling because they both know basically as soon as you start yelling, you've lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did warn Jade that the general was very experienced.
Yeah. Yes, they start going back and forth, and with the success, they eventually do come to a begrudging, neither side happy with it, so they're both as happy as they possibly could be.
Yeah, in politics, you only win if nobody leaves happy.
Yeah. So both of them, you win when both of you are equally as unhappy. Yeah, just kind of what you get. Neither of them are happy with it, but they'll deal with it.
Yeah.
And there's definitely going to be some underhanded, trying to get the other one to do more of what they want later.
I expected as much. I'm pretty sure I encouraged that when I was talking with them alone. So
yeah, they definitely for now that they've agreed to some terms. So you're thinking they can basically let him do hit whatever policies he wants in one city, and she's gonna do what she can with that, and make it not go too insane, and seeing what kind of profit she can make off of it. And he's going to basically essentially siege the city to make sure nothing comes out of it without a thorough search.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure there's no gene sealers sneaking around and all that.
Yeah. And
that deal and begrudgingly agree to it.
And once they shake hands, Holtz claps his hand and just brings in a nicer meal so that they can
They toast that, and then shortly after you get the message from Blackwell that he's arriving.
Yep. And I say, please excuse me. And I get up and head down to the hangar bay one more time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get there to see, similar to Jade's thing. The thing that's one step up from Aquila Lander. Definitely, like the palace, you can see where it was once just covered in gold and jewels and all that. A lot of the ostentation has been stripped away from it. So it looks a lot more plain. Although still notice to be it's having to a fancy thing. It doesn't look the governor's personal shuttle anymore. It's oh, that's a nice shuttle. Then you see all parts where the stuff used to be and has been removed. Not much effort has been made to disguise that it has been reduced down. Yeah, and that comes up. Then Blackwell comes off. In his pretty much the same outfit that you saw him in last, a leather jacket, some trousers, the plain, fairly plain shirt.
Yep. I let him come down.
A pistol, kind of like the bulge of a pistol underneath his jacket, and he's got a couple bodyguards.
Yep. I let him come down, and I shake his hands Lord Blackwell, it's good to see you.
Lord Holtz, good to be on your ship.
As you can see,
the Blackstone dealt with a lot of pirates, I think.
You know of the history of the ship.
I like to do a bit of research. Seen a few of the stories of your fathers. Well, your father and your grandfather and all that kind of. Yeah. Giving road traders a good name, going around wiping out a lot of pirates.
All for the sake of the Imperium. As you can see, the general and Mistress Jade have already arrived, and they are currently enjoying hors d'oeuvres in the meeting room. But for now, how about I take you on a quick tour of the ship?
Cool.
And, I put my arm on his back and do the just gesticulating of and this is the great hangar bay where I have a bunch of like cloned shuttles where I just basically drop off all of my my boys, and he gets a plus 10 with me because he bothered to look into the ship. But I still as we're walking, transfer to the conversation at hand. It's so about Mistress Jade and the General. A few things you should know before going in. The General, as hardline as he is, genuinely cares about this planet, and his security concerns, while extreme, are not without a hint of truth. As for Jade, you're right not to trust her. That being said, she's also probably the most capable woman in the entire planet. If you can get her on your side, you'll have funding for pretty much every one of your policies. The trick is to make her think it's profitable. As for the two of them, I've arranged a deal where they're willing to give your policies a chance. But, well, to be frank, this is a test for you.
Can you tell me the details, or am I getting it from them?
I'll let them explain the details in full. But in short, well, they're willing to give you as much power as you could possibly imagine for a planetary governor, which means you have extensive opportunity. However, you'll have to handle the negotiations. I will step in if you need my advice, if you ask for my opinion. But otherwise, this negotiation is between the three of you.
Sounds promising. I think I should actually meet these guys. I've actually seen them face to face before. Just a couple of talks over Vox is the most we've gotten.
Well, I believe now is your chance. And I at that point, using Hortz's impeccable timing, we walk into the trophy room.
Yeah. As you come in, it's he doesn't even look around the trophy room. He just looks in, notices them, and basically just walks over directly to them, seemingly not even noticing all of the trophies on display. It's oh, General Red, so good to meet you. I've had a lot of stories about you. Goes up to Lila as well, shakes her hand as well. It's good to meet you as well. Yeah. A lot of talks on the Vox, but never actually good to meet somebody face to face, I find. Well, I assume you two have had a bit of time to discuss things. And you'd notice that there's a slight glance up to you. Yes, they've had time to discuss things. He's I know why they're here before me. Yeah, and he'll sit down and they will start talking.
Yep, I would like to lead the discussion for a little bit. It's now then, I've gathered you here because you've asked for my help and for my opinion on the matter. So I will say this. The Lord Governor Scion, as tradition in the Imperium, tends to take over. However, if I may say so, the policies he wishes to enact carry some degree of risk. And I agree with the General that risk can be incredibly dangerous. For instance, let me tell you about the first time I met an orc. I was locked up in a prison cell. Long story. In an Arbite station. I couldn't see anything outside of my prison wall, but I could hear it. The thumping of the door, the barging in, the shouting. And then I heard the revving of chain axes. there was a fight going on. I wager there were about 6 or 7 fully trained arbitrates there. And one opponent, it seemed. Tell me, who do you think won that encounter?
Yeah. It's like the general goes to say something, and Blackwell's just like, well, given that you said that you met this orc, I would guess it would be the orc.
Yes, it was the orc. And the first sign that I knew that he was winning was the seeping of blood through the prison door. I don't know where that orc is now, but after I walked out and saw the arbiter's office literally turn into a lake of blood, I was aware of the power of a singular orc could do. And that's just one, mind you. Right now, Dandorf is filled with multiple species, multiple strains of Xenos, not just the orc. Each with their own dangers and potential threats. Now, I don't necessarily think that extensive restrictions aren't necessarily the right answer. But I do agree with the general that some latitude should be kept. And that is why we're here. To discuss how these policies will take shape and to put in place goals and deadlines to see how these shape up. Are we all in agreement on that?
And then, again, so I don't have to play out 3 characters all at the same time, because I'm not good enough to do that. So roll a charm, and I'll give you a plus 20 for that speed.
All right.
A 3 in 100 chance of failing.
With rerolls. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll burn a fate. Give myself over 100.
Natural 100 is safe.
Okay.
Natural 100 is still a deal, so.
But I want to see how many degrees of success I get. So only 4. I've gets 2.
And re-roll it.
Nah. I'm fine with 4 degrees of success. That's normally
4.5 degrees. That's a lot. 3 hits on semi-auto.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we'll cut away from that to see what happens there. And then Gizmek and Sator, D59, please.
Yeah, I'll do it first. What am I fucking pressing, Jesus? Roll 1d59.
This is gonna be good.
Boy.
5.
5.
As you guys, just a minute.
Not baby. Not baby.
Zach just adds Holzer, Malachi, just like, yeah, can you guys take this one? Tell them what happened.
We start going around and we find a baby.
I'm pretty sure this one's base jumping.
It's either base jumping or cops. I really hope it's cops. Oh, shit. Hey, you're the one that set fire to those trash cans. Yeah?
And
I gotta ticket you.
We go back to the tavern and jump off the bridge. Just like, that looked like right fun there, let's shoot.
yeah, to the tavern and fucking teleport off the bridge.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
He rolled a 5.
Mhm.
Yep. Need to check something. Hmm.
Hmm.
How do I want to pick? So you got dude, where's my car? An item from your inventory is gone. The GM decides. So, What?
That was rolled by Sator, so is that a random PC or everyone?
yeah. Well, it's like technically it's like for the group, but I've had both of you roll because that's fun.
Also, let me
Yeah,
remove
so I'll say
my...
this would be Sator. So
Where's my arm?
Yes. Gets it
That's actually
installed,
not
then
your
looks up
inventory,
and it's
that's in your
gone.
cybernetics. I can't take that from you.
Yep.
I also noticed the handedness section. So now, whichever hand you are, it is right. You are right-handed times 2. Yeah. What do I want to take away?
Also remind that I don't have the Ghost Player with me, just there.
Yeah, and plus, like, I could take it off, but you've got extras, so.
Take
hmm.
off the Gauss Flare, just randomly find it on some hiver later on, just suckling it.
Actually, give it up to you, Sator. What do you want to have lost? 'Cause I can't decide, really.
He loses
Don't
his
Take like a
heirloom
frag
last
grenade or
pistol.
something.
Oh, he loses a frag grenade later on. We just find it fucking exploding up the distance.
God, I lose the 3 frag grenades I have with me, and we later find out what happened with them.
It's like you could lose your robes at some point, and just in your armor. You could lose your headscarf, so walk around with like a hand over your forehead.
Oh
I
god.
actually like that idea. You lose the headscarf at some point. It's like
Headscarf aren't
go out
hard
on a
to-
bender. You guys like left the place of your new fist. You like
Yeah.
went around and punched a few things. And after a while, you guys like, wait, I can see things. Oh shit! It's like clap a hand over your eye, can like probably hit it too hard and almost blind yourself.
Yep. I
Yeah.
fucking hide it. I either hide it with a power fist, so I almost fucking
Oh,
make
no.
a crack in my skull, or I cover it with my fucking my actual right hand, so I fucking scratch my head by accident.
Yeah. So what is just
Oh, are
plastic
you-
safe gonna do to keep his eye covered?
Kismet.
I imagine they find some saran wrap. It's like, here you go.
Yep.
This will do it right good.
So you just got like an extra like a foot sticking out of your head of saran wrap, so that it's thick enough
Yep,
to be
sure. Yes.
Just around like you're wearing a turban.
You look like
yep.
one of them highborn nobilities.
So you go down with a saran wrap turban. And that's going to be interesting when you wake up.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Oh boy. So I'm going to assume that I'm just going to get a sealed head scarf later when we get back to the ship, because yeah.
You just take Malachi's. Fucking all the eyeballs. Fucking, but you get a black one.
Oh, 58.
58, oh no, what's that?
Misadventure. The group calls a misfortune roll for the group or ship. Let's find that
Oh.
table.
God.
God. Actually gonna dent Holtz's wallet.
Yeah, roll me a D100 to see what happens.
Gizmek, you do it.
That keeps on ordering ration
50.
packs from the ration vending machine.
50.
What is it?
The subsector trade markets enters one of its doleful periods of crisis, loss, and hand-wringing. Merchant houses suffer and cut short their endeavors.
What?
You crash the stock market.
What?
Yeah! Yeah!
So
You
can you
son of a
the way that you manage it, or is this going to be if you wake up and have no fucking clue how you managed to do it?
Gizmek has no idea how he managed to crash the stock market, but there will forever be legends on this planet of some genius orc that somehow managed to do this, and Gizmek will have no idea it was related to him.
D100, then roll another D100 to see how it affects the profit factor.
25?
45. Fate smiles upon the rogue trader, no misfortunes.
We just
Yeah,
fuck up a
boy.
planet's entire economy and nothing bad happens to us.
Fucking Jade is gonna have it out for whoever did this.
Yep.
Just doing all these negotiations, and she's gotta learn that some orc fucked things over.
This might lead to enemy merchant, actually.
Oh god, someone or fucking ruin the economy of a planet. had. Oh god, fucking
Okay.
Sator
Thankfully,
Gizmek
we've
and
already restocked the ship.
Yep. Somehow Gizmek, Sator, and Raskin with a big ass fucking rat ruin the economy.
Yeah, it's like you probably like to see you guys leaving this building giggling as like alarms blare and like people are like jumping out of windows.
No, so we go to the effective equivalent of the stock market in this place, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so we,
basically,
like, see you guys
no,
enter it. It cuts to you guys running out and giggling.
so
Yeah,
Gizmek won't remember this, but I want to flavor what they actually managed to do.
Yeah, if you got an idea, go for it, because I have no idea how you would actually do that.
Gizmek with his orc bullshittery, is somehow there one day when all the orcs are really annoyed and pissed about something, and somehow convinces them all that bananas, because they're yellow, are super boomy. No. He convinces them that all the bananas owned the place are really boomy and therefore are really worth a lots of money. And the stock price of bananas fucking skyrockets and blows up the stock market.
Sator just helps him
because one guy gets a stock pass and kicks the tire and it detonates.
Because of how fucking high and everything that El Sator is, he helps him by fucking changing some other bullshit and making bananas rarer or something.
And so what happens is that at the end of the whole entire thing, we're walking out, Gizmek's just eating a banana and everyone's panicking.
Banana. Yeah.
So you guys walk in, there's like a montage of like a banana related thing, and then you walk out chewing this banana that's like lightly exploding as you're chewing it. And then
It's like pop rocks.
Big pile of bananas while others chase him. People like hanging themselves out the window.
They're hanging themselves from banana trees.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. They don't grow bananas here. That's why the stock market crashed. There's like 10 bananas in the whole planet.
Oh god.
And Gizmek's eating one of them.
What do you mean bananas are this valuable now?
Thankfully, the ship restocked on bananas.
Yeah, you've already restocked on things.
Yeah,
so
we
you
bought all
avoid
the bananas
chaos.
before Gizmek made this revelation.
If Sator gives Gizmek a high five.
For the hell of it, because I like your flavor for that, add explosive banana to your inventory.
Just as like a ranged weapon, basically as a frag grenade.
The explosive banana from worms. The explosive banana from worms.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll find out the stats for that when you use it.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
See, and then Malachi, you did your mind probe.
Yeah. It's basically.
So yeah, so you like probe his mind to figure out where the toaster went, and you get like the scene of him there, just like as Ratskin like gets the door open and comes like, look what we found. He says, huh, and just yeets out the window.
Malachi's going to be like.
You like look at the still currently broken window that he just hucked it out of.
Malachi's actually going to look out that window and see.
Dust storm.
So it could be buried. I see.
Yeah. That you get that's the reason that thing is lost, because there's a dust storm. It could have been blown around. It could have been buried. It could be like 5 foot away. You would not be able to see it. The idea of that thing could be kind of anywhere by this point.
God damn it! All right.
So it would be possible to track down, especially since you're psychic.
Yeah.
But not easy.
Yeah. No, Malachi would be willing to go ahead and attempt this. Assuming afterwards he'd be like, I assume after he'd go ahead and as he comes back downstairs, the guys are just like, who the fuck are you? And Malachi just says, I'm willing to give you guys the rest of these drugs if some of you help me dig in the
No, you say I'm willing to give you guys the rest of these drugs. They don't hear the rest of it. They just start taking the drugs from you.
All right, come on, grab a shovel. We're going.
All right, sure. A couple have shovels. A couple have pipes because they're not sure what a shovel is. Actually, yeah, roll me a charm and see how many gangers you get.
All right. Well, it's just gonna be above a 50. Yep. Re-rolling. I'm re-rolling. Oh my god! Fucking why?
Oh boy.
You get a few. There's like 4 guys coming with you.
That's fine.
Also roll your 1d10.
I know. Fucking
Close.
Damn.
shit.
Yeah, so you're just gonna head out and try and find this toaster.
Yeah.
Right? Are you just using like normal methods, or are you gonna try and do some psychic stuff to find it?
Malachi is going to try and do. He's going to. Let's see here. He's going to actually attempt to. As he's going to try and use a Texcorn / Sciessence. If you want me to spend a fate point, I can do that as flavor. But he's going to go ahead and use the sword, try and do a minor Texcorn to either read out the fucking thing, like, you know, some basically wait for something to be affected within range, by, like, you know, electrical that just gets momentarily, like, you know, maybe the toaster pops or, like, you know, makes a sound or something like that.
I'll say that you can do that, and you won't need to roll, but you will trigger a perils.
A perils, not just a psychic phenomenon, but a perils.
Yes.
All right, fuck it. Let's roll
But that
perils.
will be, you will find it.
All right, fine. Let's roll perils.
All right, D100.
Am I allowed to re-roll it?
Yeah, you can spend fate to re-roll it.
All right. The good news is that I think for being soulbound to the Emperor, on perils.
Replace one of the D100s.
Yes.
Replace either the 100 dice or the 10 dice.
All right. I'm gonna roll a D100. 80. Oh no.
87 be reality quake.
Oh, no.
3d10 around you is sundered. Solid objects until they rot, burn, freeze, and everyone and everything in the area takes 2d10 rending damage.
Is it unavoidable?
Yes, it's everyone and everything takes 2d10 rending damage within 3d10 meters. Reroll one of those?
It says I can choose the most favored result, so yeah, I'll
Yes, well, which one would you want to change?
the 8 just to see.
Alright. So 27. Locked in. The power cases like his mind in an ethereal prison. It's like a force to the ground in a catatonic state. Each round thereafter, he must spend a full action test willpower. On success, his mind is freed and restored to his body.
Yeah.
So it's either you cause a psychic earthquake, or you just like go catatonic for like 20 seconds.
Malachi will go to catatonic a bit.
You don't want a reality quake?
I don't want to fucking kill gang members.
That's why it'd be fun. There'd also be like this weird area outside their base that has just been psychic quake.
I'm sorry, Zach, but the Emperor gave me this power for a reason.
How long does it take you to wake up?
I have to keep rolling willpowers at the end of my turn, so Zach, you can just decide that if you want. However, I've been rolling shit lately, so I could say at least a minute.
So I'm debating a thing of I want this reality quake. That is funny.
All right, you want to do a deal with the devil with me?
I mean, like, what do I want to offer you for this?
2 fate points.
You need to do that. Not
Yeah.
2 fate points. I'll give you a fate point if you do it.
A fate point if I do it.
Like straight up, like he gets an
Yeah,
extra
something
fate
like-
point.
Yeah, which is in the book is reward for like good role playing and things like that is what you could is like fate points. You can give fate points as a reward for stuff.
I would be
fate
getting I wouldn't be refilling a fate point. I'd be getting a fate point. Is that
Yeah,
what I'm-
giving a maximum fate point,
A
which would
new
also increase the
permanent
power.
bonus to your pace points.
Deal. Fucking deal.
You're up to 6. You're up to 6 fate points now. I'm not happy about that, but I want this to be a thing.
All right.
So roll 3d10 and then roll 2d10.
All right. 3d10. Sorry, right now I'm refilling. Like, holy shit, Malachi is faithful.
Yeah, that's why I'm not happy about this. But
9. So wow.
wow,
Fucking
Hey,
short
triples.
area. That's 9-meter radius.
9 meter radius. 2d10. You said
2d10
2d10.
lightning damage. So you would take this as well.
Ow.
Wow.
Wow.
That kills everyone except
I-
Malachi.
Yeah, that would kill all the normal guys. They have like 10 wounds max.
What about armor? Does he no ritorno?
It just says they take damage, so I think that ignores armor and toughness.
It does say
normally-
bypass armor most of the things. For example, like my psychic powers, but
If it bypasses armor or toughness, it usually says so, at least for
Yeah, it's
navigator and
usually
psychic powers.
explicit
Yeah, that's a
about
good
that when
point.
it does.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. So I'd say since it is a psychic thing, it would ignore armor, but don't ignore your toughness.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, that would still be 9 damage. Yeah, that would still kill all of the guys.
And
Oof.
Or leave them all like 1 HP.
7 damage for Malachi as he tries to find this fucking toad. Well, yeah, reality.
Reach out to find this toaster. This like you accidentally rend a small tear in the warp, and it's like everything in like 9-meter radius around you just turns to glass.
Zach, can I flavor this as like during the reality quick? Like people are getting shredded by like the sand and stuff like that. Malachi gets like fucking knocked down. And the moment he like looks up, he's bloodied and bruised. He looks up. There it is, the toast in front of him.
Yeah, you look up and see this toaster like pop up out of the glass that the ground has become. And see like these 4 gangers that came with you with their shovels and it's like glass statues. It's like it's frozen in its moment of confusion, like, wait, what the hell? Turns to glass.
Malachi, with like, one hand underneath his right rib, the other hand around the toaster, begins stumbling off into the desert and to fucking go find his shovel. And yeah, you can cut over to Holtz if you want.
So I'm just gonna note down on my thing of Dundalk that there is a 9-meter radius area of glass.
The boss is just like, yeah, I trust that guy. That guy's pretty trustworthy. S is like, he goes over to his glassified friends.
Damn,
Yeah,
they're
they're-
pretty.
Statues of humans looking very confused.
He still will trust you because of psychic power.
Yeah, he will still trust you.
You just gotta wonder who the fuck
Oh,
this
oh, like
random
the fake
artist
ones,
making
whatever.
statues around the fucking area is.
That was not worth giving you a fate point, but whatever.
It's too late.
Too late. It was worth it.
Okay, if you want me to, I'm willing to spend that fate point to re-roll the radius if you want to pay.
No, don't worry. I liked it. It's still funny.
Funny.
I'm gonna regret giving you that when you just like spend 6 fate points during a session. It's like, how do you have that many?
Oh yeah, I
He
did
can
that.
spend more than that. He's a Voidborn. He can just get those back.
Yep, that's true.
You get like,
Meanwhile, me with 2 fate points.
yeah, well, Gizmek is on 2.
Yeah, bro, you're at 2.
Yeah,
You haven't
Gizmek's
offered
on
me
2.
any
I'm on
deal like
3.
that.
I'm on 2.
The Emperor protects Malachi.
Yeah, he
I
does.
has almost as many as the rest of you combined.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
This is hilarious. Anyway, on to Holt.
So then Holt. So, you got 4 degrees. So, yeah, so with that, so basically, how does this deal end up?
So the way I pictured it, it was mostly Holtz was planning on like sitting in the back and then just like making points in favor of making Blackwell the governor, but also like limiting his policies to like one city, and then like letting Jade and Red set deadlines, goals, and then Blackwell like having to negotiate for like how much investment he's getting, like what sort of policies he wants set. He's probably like trying to stay hands off for the most part, because like he like this is Dandorf. I think that like I don't think Holtz would think that they would appreciate him just like shoving his fingers in there, because like they want his help, but they also want his help to support them. So like it's like sticking your hand in a fire, especially when like all 3 of them are right there. So like he kind of like stays hands off, and then like only chimes in like when like they want his quote expertise. And then like obviously like just keeps things from blowing up and like getting mad. Like brings in like some hors d'oeuvres whenever someone's like getting frustrated. Jade needs to leave early due to a sudden change. Nah.
Yeah, but with 4 degrees of success, it basically is as you wanted it. So it ends up with basically like, give him like free reign over one planet, while the rest like basically keeps us over one hive. While the rest of the place basically stays as it is currently until they see the effects of that one. And that hive will basically be under a quarantine, and Jade and Red are going to be working together to like keep things contained, but also still profitable. Well, Blackwell does his little experiment.
Yeah. I let them decide like deadlines and things like that. I don't really like Holtz. I don't think Holtz particularly cares too much. But yeah.
Yeah, so it comes to again, none of them like really happy with it, but all of them equally unhappy. As is the successful state of politics.
Politics!
The only way that anybody's happy is that, well, the others aren't happy, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not happy, but neither are they, so this worked out alright.
I mean, there's no civil war. They didn't have to sacrifice, their resources in a war to basically turn this planet into even worse of a shithole.
Yeah.
So, that's probably good for them.
Hopefully they just try to assassinate each other in the future.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be so much cleaner.
So yeah, you managed to get things worked out pretty well.
And,
We will see in the future what ramifications this has for the world, as it won't be noticeable for like a few months.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, I let them stay around. I bring in, like, a prep, like, a dessert, and I.
Yeah, so even with 4 degrees, like, this is still, like, several hours of talking.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You have, like, an intermission at some point for everybody to go off, like, have a potty break.
Yeah.
It's like one of our roleplay sessions.
Yeah. you stop debating, just play D&D for a bit, go back to debating.
Yeah.
Holtz is definitely a power gamer.
Absolutely.
Uh,
He gets all the best stuff because that's just how it goes.
Holtz is the DM. Holtz has the DM PC.
He's not even the DM. He's not even the DM. He just is the DM PC.
And the DM, who is a
A servitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk into a village, you see a cow.
You are running the castle of castle, the town of town. Wait 3 months and then collect the tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you somehow, and then you realize that it's not a servitor, that's Rebel Dawn.
How did he get? Just like, oh, greetings, Primarch.
The entire time, you'd never noticed.
How did he
And you
get
wake
on the
up, and you wake up from that weird dream and go back to the debate.
Yeah. Holtz falls asleep in the middle of the debate. No one notices.
Alright, then D59 for the Benders.
Yep.
They cut away from peace being determined to C. Roll a die equal to the number of characters in the party.
1d2.
In the Bender party, I think it is.
1d.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll a d5.
Does the red count?
Oh yeah, Tosu doesn't have a gun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll a d4. So, 2 of you.
This is the second 48 we've rolled, isn't it?
So, Sator and Gizmek, both of you are out of ammo for all of your guns. As what the hell have you guys been up to?
Oh god.
Started taking the magazines out of the guns, throwing them at random people nearby.
Yeah, I love that. It's like you're not shooting at things; you're just throwing the magazines at people.
If
Oh,
we
God.
shoot the peoples, we get in trouble. But if we throw the
see guys, like,
magazine,
sat on an overpass, throwing like magazines at cars.
Yes.
You
I-
crash when they get one through the windscreen.
I
Just
get
make us
out
yelling
of-
bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang. Bang.
Ah, goddamn.
Alright, then gives me 51. Alright, and then the group find themselves at a bar around a table playing a board game with a PC with a character they've met before. So after that, who do you guys find yourself just playing a game with?
Sasha.
Sasha.
Yeah, so you're throwing all of that, and then kind of like there's a haze, and you guys find yourself just like playing Regicide with Sasha.
Yep.
Actually,
She's-
knowing Sasha, you guys are playing somehow strip chess, and so just there a skillful gaming?
It probably just there's gambling, which is
Yeah,
intelligence.
gambling. Yeah, roll a gamble. See how well you guys are all doing. I'll roll for Sasha.
What? Let me find what fucking.
I roll for Sasha and Ratskin.
It's a basic skill.
Sasha's
Wow.
doing pretty well. Ratskin is doing horribly.
Ratskin's down to like his final. He has his hand over his crotch, just like,
Yeah.
fellas, it's a bit drafty in here.
So how badly? Like, what are their scores? Like,
Skill.
because I'm assuming they don't have gamble as a skill.
Ratskin has an intelligence of 30. No, he has an intelligence of 25.
So his skill would be
Does he
12.
have the gamble skill trained?
Yeah, he would.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
fell by like nearly 7 degrees.
He's naked.
And then Sasha, she has an intelligence of 35 and a plus 10 on gamble, so she got 2 degrees of success.
Damn.
So it's like you guys like met up with Sasha at a bar, and then like somehow ended up going back to her tattoo parlor, which is like she's still been trying to figure out how to get the stuff replaced, and you're just playing strip chess. He's like, oh, she barely wears anything. This will be fine. She now has more clothing on than she started.
Gizmek
She's
is somehow
actually
the
bored out
only
of her
one
mind because she's
somewhat
putting
keeping
clothes
up.
on.
So
Gizmek's
you're not really
almost
sure
keeping
how,
up.
because there's no actual rules where you put more clothes on.
Gizmek has
She
been
puts on
making
other
up
people's
rules as we've
clothes.
gone along.
Yeah, Ratskin is basically naked. I don't know, with a 92, he is 100% naked right now. Just one hand is covering his shame. while he's, like,
Saito's
sat
basically
back out
left
of
with
the
the
game.
saran wrap turban and like loincloth at this point.
Yeah. Saito and Gizmek, you guys like down to like your underclothes.
Gizmek's doing a little bit better than that.
This is like a pile of clothing in the corner, her there with like an extra jacket on, just destroying you guys at chess.
I want a redo.
Yeah, for the hell of it, you guys can roll another gamble.
I do even worse.
Oh no!
I want to fucking. This is what I'm gonna be doing all session. I want to reroll that.
I'm rerolling too.
Oh my god!
I do even worse.
So I got a 9.
Nice.
I want to redo.
I
Gizmek
Saito are
keeps
both
playing a
naked.
little bit.
I
At some point,
really
Gizmek flips
Can't
the
reroll a
table.
reroll. You can reroll something one.
I'm not allowed to legally reroll that.
How did
At some
Sasha
point,
rolled.
Gizmek
both
flips
rerolled
the
and you
table.
both rolled worse?
She got a 9.
Gizmek definitely at some point just
Negative
flips the table.
69.
So ended up with the 3 of you there naked and her with like 4 extra coats on. Just like, you guys suck at this. I thought it to be fun, but no. You guys suck.
I blame this and I fucking raise my powers fist up.
Sator has one hand over his special place, one hand over his eye.
I think she would take the prerogative to like not have you take off the eye turban as like an
He doesn't
exception.
have an eye turban, remember?
I have the fucking
The saran
Saran
wrap
wrap
turban.
turban.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
Meanwhile,
one
Gizmek
article.
is just Gizmek is standing proud, naked because there's nothing there. It's like, I don't know what you're offended about.
What are you covering up there? He just like grabs Ratskin's
Gi-
arms
Giz-
and moves them aside.
Gizmek
looks
learns
down
about the
there, he's
birds
just
and the
like,
bees.
What's this dangly bit?
Oh my god. Out of ammo,
And then
out of clothes.
TOS, and then we just skip the rest of this.
Oh god.
Right.
This is amazing. I fucking got I have 2 left arms now. Right arms, Jesus.
No, somehow we've twisted them both into left arms. We've just reversed your knuckles.
Sator is
Oh,
able to
God.
fire perfectly behind him and in front of himself with a one-handed gun.
Oh god.
Another baby.
Mock baby.
Mark,
Baby.
baby.
Mark, baby. I could guess that I could probably fucking twist the fucking power face somewhat, but yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, what a lovely little game we've had. But
Instead
yeah,
of punching
I guess
forwards,
if we're
turn
gonna
around
keep
and-
up Gizmek's canon of him actually slowly getting good at regicide, I'm gonna have to get the temple skill.
Yep. Instead of actually fucking punching guys for, I'm gonna turn around and punch them backwards. And I'm going to accidentally break my fucking spine and die or something.
Don't worry, I'll just give you a new neck I can turn around 180 degrees.
I could just see
Right.
like Holtz just like pinching the brow of his nose, just like, God damn it.
You're gonna come back to this crew and you're just gonna be like, why the fuck did I hire any of you two?
Malachi's bleeding with like a hand over a toaster. Gizmek and Sator are both naked.
Alright, well, we hit this point, so like, would you guys like finish up the bender here, or are you gonna keep going?
Yeah, well, I'm sort of in the position right now of I want to stall regroup.
Alright,
Maybe
so
one or
both
two
of you
more
roll a 38. See where you wake up. Let's say roll twice, and then I'll pick which one, since you did have a fairly stable ending.
21, 23, nice.
Alright, so Gizmek, wanna see a dead body. You wake up in the alley next to the tattoo parlor, with several children kind of poking you with a stick and arguing about whether you're dead or not.
He ain't dead. I ain't ever
Like,
gonna
not
be
dead, There's
dead.
no wounds on him, but like he's not moving. We've been poking him for an hour. Like I poked him in the eye. He's not even reacting.
Ah!
Yeah, they scream and leg it.
You don't poke Shador because you dumb idea you get. You should have learned that earlier. Wait, where am I? Gizmek realizes he's probably still naked and goes back into the tattoo parlor to get his fucking stuff.
Right, and Tato, roll one more. Trying to see if another one fits better. Those ones fit kind of. Alright. This one works. You get a strange bedfellow. You wake up in bed with a stranger. You're in this. Roll a d6.
Oh god.
And again, roll twice again. Because you guys did end up with a fairly stable situation. So 2d6. Alright, so you wake up with a friendly stranger. Yeah, so given where you are. So do you
One
wake up
of
with
Sasha's
Ratskin,
fucking
or do you
clients
wake up with a
randomly took a
Ratskin, or do you wake
fancy
up
to
with
you.
Sasha? Because both are funny.
I agree.
Ratskin,
both.
Ratskin.
Ratskin with a wig. Look like Sasha.
Ratskin with a wig.
Yeah, so you like wake up naked in a bed of rat skin with like all of your clothes kind of like in a pile in the corner of the room, a chess table, and Sasha's kind of like asleep in a chair, still fully clothed.
I look around, I fucking start to scratch my head with my left hand, and then I look around like, what the fuck?
Scratch your head, like pull a chunk of your hair. No, you don't have hair. He's like, go to scratch your head and just kind of poke into your head, and you're like, ah, fuck. He's just like looking at this right-handed left hand
Yep.
that you have.
And then I try to control it, and I somewhat am able to control it somehow.
Yeah, you're able to perfectly control it like it's a hand, except that it's facing the wrong way.
Yep.
Yeah, so you hear like a bunch, like actually no, you'd hear somebody struggling with beads as Gizmo comes in through the front door after waiting up in the alley.
I have this
Gizmek
saran
comes through the
wrapper on
door
my head
completely
still, or no?
naked.
Yes, you still have the saran wrap turban.
Great.
Actually, no, you would have had to take that off. Because you lost the thing. So you wake up with some tape on your forehead.
Yep.
Whereas you have duct tape across your forehead.
Oi, Gish, wake up!
Thankfully, the third eye does not have lashes, otherwise that will be bad.
Oh,
Oi, Gish,
God.
wake up!
What?
Wake up! Mech starts putting on his armor because he doesn't wear clothes underneath it.
Oh, God.
Well, good to see you boys didn't get into too much trouble.
Yeah.
Hey! Hey, kid, when do you get that arm? Hey, wait, we should say that. Gizmek walks over to Sator and looks at the arm. Gizmek was here. Who's Gizmek? Oh, right. Wait, did I do this?
Likely.
Gizmek looks at where it connects to your arm. Yeah, it looks like my handiwork. Damn, I did good.
How does it look where it's connected?
Probably
Not
horrible.
good.
Yeah, probably horrible.
Very rough.
It's very rough, but Gizmek thinks it looks amazing.
And
Definitely.
somehow...
Definitely going to be heavily scarred.
That's
Oh,
oh
God.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Ken doll.
No,
Oh,
Zach. The other thing.
Oh yeah. So as
Yeah.
he's like, kind of like came in naked and he like turned around to get his clothes on. Oh, Malachi, what did they see?
So as Gizmic turns around, he's like, "Who wrote Gizmic was here?" On his left ass cheek, it says Malachi's bitch on it.
It's like elegant flowing script. It's like excellent, perfect cursive. It says Malachi's bitch. With the eye has the dot in a heart.
Gizmek
heart
looks
shaped
around. Are there like
Yeah, so
mirrors
when
around?
did you tell him about it?
Malachi didn't say anything to him.
Are there
Would-
any
would
mirrors?
Sator tell him?
Sator already knows. I'm
Yeah, I think
pretty
he came like, "Hey, what the fuck is that on your ass?"
Or what is it? Gizmek starts looking towards his ass, but he can't see it, so he keeps
Oh no, it's a
twisting
ring.
around.
And so just kind of rolls her eyes and like flips a cupboard, and you see like there's a full length mirror in there. You can like angle it for a bit, and you're able to actually roll me a low gothic. See if
Or
you want to
literacy.
make someone. Yeah, see if you want to make. Yeah, literacy. Actually, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Literacy or low
they're
gothic.
both the same stat for me, so Gizmek can't read the fancy cursive.
Yeah, a +10 because it is well written.
Still, that's
So
a
it would
minus
be
2.
it would be a -0.2.
So yeah, so say with that, you'd be like Malar. So like, you know,
Malorky's bitch.
yeah, Malorky's bitch. You're like, who the fuck's Malorky?
Who's Malorky?
Oh, God. Sator starts fucking getting clothed and he still keeps
No,
on
no,
his
actually,
fucking-
no. He would read it properly, and it would be who's Malachi?
Yeah, good point.
That's great.
Who's this Malachi?
Sator starts putting his clothes on and he leaves a fucking band of tape there because he doesn't find his actual silk fucking thing.
It's like, don't forget, you guys still owe me a rematch. Well,
Oh yeah,
you promised a rematch with that chess. The regicide.
oh yeah. Hey,
You're
you should
fucking
come with
suck.
us. It's fun.
You all suck at regicide, by the way.
I'll get better.
If
I was
I,
wearing all of your clothes.
if I play while having this thing on, I'm blaming it on this. Holding my left arm. My
Yeah,
arm,
stop
my
bitching, you gay. You
arm
can
up.
play with one hand.
I would have blamed all the drugs.
Yeah, that too.
Drugs? What drugs?
All the many that you were.
Wait, we was on drugs?
Apparently. You saw all the needle marks. A few of you got purple teeth.
Gizmek looks at the mirror, and I'm assuming his teeth are like tinted right now.
Yeah. Your teeth are like, tinted purple.
So Gizmek looks
Oh,
at the
God.
mirror and he sees his teeth are missing. He's like, "Oh shit! Where'd my teeth go? Who
You
took
see
my
that-
teeth? Who took my
They're not-
teeth? Who took my teeth?" He pulls out his chain axe and it starts whirring actively.
Yeah, you still got your teeth, big guy. They're just colored. Calm down. Don't go doing something you're gonna regret.
Pulls out a shotgun.
Gizmek looks around, just like
Get the
crazy-eyed,
toothpaste.
crazy-eyed for like half a moment, and then he just like sees that nobody else seems to be startled or anything. He's just like, "I'm still on the drugs, didn't I? Oh fuck!" Puts the chain next away.
So well,
Is
you
that-
guys better get going.
Oh, hey, what was your name, please?
Sasha.
Sasha. Yeah, it's a name. It rings off the tongue right nice. Gizmek. Yeah, nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you and confirming that there are no little orcs.
Yeah.
Well,
Oi,
there is no
Grishmo!
Ismek, at least.
Oi, Grishmo. How'd you like it?
Grismo like crawls out from under the bed. It's like, what?
How'd you like it?
Like what?
Everything.
What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I liked it.
Question: where did the rat go?
That is a good point.
Shall we just like
Gizmek, you feel this like squirming in your armor.
Gizmek picks up like a shoulder plate off the ground and checks underneath it.
When it's like you've got your full armor on, and you can feel like something's moving within inside of your armor.
Hey, yeah, something in here. Just like pull up the plate that it's currently like squirming under.
Yeah, I think every time I pull off a plate and this like cat-sized rat just falls out.
Hey.
A load of tiny scratches all along your side and like along the inside of the armor where it's trying to get out, but you barely even noticed.
Oh, hey.
There's like hissing and like trying to get out with the doors closed.
Gizmek is gonna walk over and just like grab it by the scruff of the neck again.
Biting and trying to savage up your hand, but you're an orc.
Oh, he's a funny one, it is. He's trying to fight me. He's that funny, Grishmo. Grishmo, give a look at it. He's funny.
Yeah, this thing, yeah, it physically can't hurt you. It does D5 plus 1 damage, and you have 10 soak. It can't hurt you.
Oh god.
You're just there, like, biting at your fingers.
Yeah, he's a funny one, isn't it? What? Hey, Chaucer, thank you. Oh, bye.
Oh, you did tell me there was a message for you. Before you fell asleep, and you guys told me to remind you. You got a... Well, you're supposed to be heading back to the Blackstone?
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah,
For
right.
the meeting?
Yeah, we'll go there.
Yeah.
All right. Gizmek holds the rat by the scruff of its neck as it frantically screams around, and then Gizmek walks over to Sator and grabs him by the scruff of the coat again. Assuming
not even surprised by
he's
this
put on
point.
his clothes at this point, yeah.
Yep.
And then, are you guys gonna bring Ratskin to the Blackstone? You gonna let him like head back to his base?
Hey, Redskin, you want to come with us? It's gonna be more fun that way.
Sure, you guys are great.
Yeah,
Toasty,
bring the dog out.
that's it. So he like, comes bounding out of the kitchen, and such like, oh, no, Emperor.
Oh yeah, thanks for letting us rest around here, whatever. Gizmek just I'm assuming that Holtz has given Gizmek like multiple of these because he expected him to fuck up multiple times. He just tosses her another fucking credit stick. That's like way too much.
I guess that makes up for it.
Or if you want to, you can just come with us. More fun that way. Give us more tattoos on the ship. We works with that rogue trader type of thing. Goes all the
One
exploring.
of you can try a charm or a similar fellowship if you can argue why that one works. You want to try and convince her to come with?
It would not be me.
Will the dice bless me?
Why are we adopting every NPC we find?
I don't know.
We probably shouldn't. Though I
We
would
probably
like to make a
shouldn't.
fucking
Let's just say that
Property
Gizmek is just like gonna say this, and she's gonna just say no. It's probably
Yeah,
for the
just
best.
like, I have a business here as much as you trashed it, and I got a gang to look after.
Hey,
Could I
it's
make
fair
like
point.
Guys are welcome to come by anytime you want Dandorf, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll play one last game before I leave.
I have a question. Could I make possibly a profit factor check now or later towards the end of the session to get something?
What are you after?
We'll deal with that later.
We'll deal with it after the session.
It's more like if you like want some drugs, you can just basically have those.
Alright.
As long as they're not too extreme. But yeah, we can go over that.
I
Stuff
like
later.
I was immediately predicting that. Anywho, let's head back towards Blackstone.
So yeah, well, then we'll cut back in time a bit to Holt, because I believe you wanted to talk to each of them as they left.
I actually wanted to go to their place of residence afterwards.
Wait, what about Malachi?
Yeah. Also, we skipped Malachi.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Good job.
So yeah, so you got the toaster. What are you doing now?
Malachi is going ahead and he's going to call his ship in, his shuttle, to basically fly back to the Blackstone because he has a meeting to attend to with a one Magos. So I'm assuming that it takes 10 minutes for the shuttle to get there, but just as soon as it comes down, the shuttle pilot's just like, man, you look like shit.
You probably have bits of discolored skin that have partially turned to glass.
It's just yep. Warp storms, not even once.
Uh-huh. Get in. I don't know how psychers work. Get in.
Malachi sits in the back holding the toaster PTSD's starstruck.
Takes you back up to the ship. You head over to the Magos.
Yeah, I would like to imagine that while this is during Holtz's debate with the three guys, Malachi is just walking and limping in the background with a fucking toaster. He salutes while still walking to Holtz and just goes to the Magos.
Yeah, this is as Holtz is talking with Blackwell. You just kind of limp through the background, kind of wave as you go.
Just holding a fucking toaster. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you get to the cargo bay that the Magos is set up in.
Malachi will begin limping inside, just, Magos!
Greetings. You appear somewhat injured. Do you require medical assistance?
I need to pop a few things. I'll pop a few things of what's the equivalent of morphine? Fucking.
Probably it's morphine. Stims.
Morphine is morphine.
Yeah, I need a stim or two, but then I gotta head back down there. I'm actually. Well, here's the archaeotech thing, Relic. But the thing is that I need to go back to a group of rogue tech priests. Cult Toast is honest. I think. Do you know anything about them? I know where they're located. I just don't know what about them is.
I am unaware. As I have said, I am not from this sector of space.
I see. Well, yeah, I need to go see them for a second because otherwise, they're gonna still keep on looking after this toaster. And Malachi gives it to him. Oh, that reminds me, you got any scrap metal around here? I got an idea.
Gestures to a pile of it.
Perfect. Malachi will grab a couple of mixed match gears of tiny ones, some random scrap and stuff like that. And he's going to, over on his comm unit, he's going to say, "Walkers, meet me at the firing range," and he's going to begin limping over there.
As Holmes would get a message of "Hey, the Ashpath wants us to meet him at the firing range. Do we go?"
I approve it, but over the Holtz just kind of goes to his data slate and sends a message to Malachi. Is you better have a good reason for this.
Oh, trust me. You gotta think, like playing a game of Regicide Holtz, you gotta think 10 steps ahead of your opponent. And 5 steps back. and then warp travel to be -3 steps behind.
Right. I'm a little busy, so I'll let you. So you can have them.
Yeah.
So
You head over to the firing range with the squad of the walkers.
So Malachi is going to go ahead and out on the firing range setup are these pieces of scrap metal, and he's going to begin as the walkers all come in. He's going to begin pacing left to right across the room, just like, gentlemen, today we're going to be doing a little bit of target practice. I'm going to need these parts shot and blown to fucking hell, basically leaving evidence that they were fucked with your guns. So, whoever gets the best shot can have. Malachi begins sticking his hand inside of his pocket. This random drug, I don't know. Whoever wants it, it's some good shit. You can have
out a needle.
yeah.
Do we all roll something, and whoever gets the best roll, their character gets a random needle?
I don't know, it's just the walkers. So yeah, they just all start shooting at the thing. They have no idea what qualifies the best shot on these. There's no target, so there's lumps of scrap metal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so you just all make them look well and truly battle damaged, and then you pick one of them for some criteria and hand them the needle, and they're like, "Thank you."
I'm sorry. I listen. All right. There's a large piece of warped glass stuck in my leg, as well as in my arm. I may not be in the best of head, but I really need these.
Do you want to go see the Medicaid?
Let me collect. Yeah, once I collect this scrap, then I'll see the doc, and then afterwards I gotta head back down on the surface side.
Yeah. They collected the scrap metal and escort you to the Medicaid, where he does some basic stuff. Yeah, you can heal one wound.
Hey.
If you are heavily wounded, you can only heal one.
I feel like Malachi is slowly deteriorating along with the rest of us in his psyche.
Yeah, that does bring you up to lightly wounded, though. So now, yeah, they get the rest of the glass out.
Can Malachi actually spend? Basically, he wants to flavor it by he's just like, you know what, this light stuff isn't going to do much. I need something quick and now. He's going to grab a stem and just inject it into his fucking arm. Can that be the flavor of him spending a fate point to get to D4 additional wounds?
Sure.
Awesome.
D5 heals.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, you can also recover. You can also restore one fatigue if you've had about an hour.
Roll 1d10, see if you get your fate point back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
no, I forgot it this time.
All right, fuck it. I'll take 9 out of 15. That's all right.
Yeah, you're lightly wounded still, so you're good.
And yeah, for I didn't know whether or not you wanted to have Malachi on the way back to the shuttles sees Gizmek and Sator come back up.
They basically went all night. You're at this point.
Just
You're probably
still the day before.
yeah.
All
You're
right.
probably nearing 10 p.m. or so.
All right.
So at this point, they're they're currently crashing the stock market.
You start to hear weird reports.
Well, now Malachi will begin making his way to the cult, the closest way to get into the cult Tostanis class or area.
Yeah, you know where the manufactorum is.
Yep. So
You shuttle down to the closest place and you head there.
mhm.
And are you bringing all the scrap metal, or are you having the walkers come with you to carry it?
Yeah, so basically the way Malachi wants to plan this is that the scrap metal, he's hoping to go ahead and have it be the right amount to look like, basically picking out the bits and pieces here that look like it would come from the Archaeotech toaster if it were to get shot up.
So you're trying to make it look like you found the toaster and it was crashed.
Yes, it was destroyed.
Okay. So I think you had big slabs of metal that was oh, but yeah, you could carry those. Yeah. Yeah, so you got this, these badly damaged, thin slabs of metal. I feel like miscellaneous electronica
Yeah, gunshot wounds or gunshots, stuff like that.
Roll me a check. See how well you matched up, like the kind of components you would find.
If Malachi was going to tell the Magos about this, since he knows a lot more about it, could he have assisted?
Yeah, if you told him what your plan was, then yeah, I'll have him roll in, since he would be the one to give you the stuff. Right, 30. So yeah, you got a... Yeah, that'd be 4 degrees of success.
Nice.
He has 70 tech use, damn.
Yeah, he'd have around 50 intelligence and then plus 20.
All right.
Yeah, full Magos. He's quite highly ranked.
All right. So basically it'll be like the Malachi lands the shuttle, he begins like, a little bit like better of a limp, like walking out to the front of the manufactorum the toaster factorum. And he, just with 3 loud bangs, boom, boom, boom. I think that would be a perfect spot to cut because my mom needs me to do something right now.
Alright. So then we can do Holtz. Do you wanted to basically have a chat with each of them?
Yeah.
Like as they left, or are you like going to meet them in the morning?
I was planning on like letting them leave, and then like as like in like the evening as they left, I would like go to like each of their individual establishments if that's at all possible.
Yeah, so like after they leave, you give them a couple hours and then head to their places.
Yeah.
What order
and I have 3 like if I'm allowed this, like 3 like high quality bottles of Amasec,
Yeah. Easy enough to get on the ship.
Yeah. And the first person I go to is Red.
Yeah, you do again as like the Aquila heads down. You get that like identify who you are, as they aren't even expecting you this time, so it's even more frantic.
Yeah, no, I tell them who I am this time since I am unannounced this time. But
yeah. And you do get in the future, please inform us of when you're going to arrive, as this is a military like infrastructure. Weird when I accidentally shoot you down, as this is like airspace not supposed to be over. You get a bit of a lecture.
I don't listen.
Yeah, which I see all just zones out.
I kind of just hit the mute button and just pretend that I'm listening, but I'm actually like rocking out to the 40k equivalent of AC/DC.
Yeah. People don't make music in 40k. What?
Sure. Oh no, it's the Emperor's hymns. Forgive me.
Yeah, and then you sit down and you get the guard like escort you over. You get led up to Red's place where he meets you. He's like, "Oh, Lord Holtz, I wasn't expecting another meeting this quickly."
This is more of a house call. And I bring I present the bottle of Amasec. Like, I would like to thank you for coming to this meeting.
He's kind of like waves his hands like, I'm not one for alcohol that much.
I'll leave it here regardless. I'm sure you might find some more uses for it later, especially with your new contacts.
Oh, I thank you for the gift.
I came to ask about how satisfied you are with this current situation. And I go to like the window and I look out like over the planet. I'm assuming he has a view.
Yeah, he's got a window.
Yeah.
Like,
with
very thick like armor glass, so it's a bit distorted, but you can still see perfectly well.
Yeah, I do like the hands behind my back, like stare out the window.
As I'm sure you're aware, and likely arranged, not particularly happy, but it could also be far worse. This is about the best outcome I could expect without a war. Give the boy the chance to, only ruin one hive rather than the rest and see the error of his ways.
Yes, and I believe you have some ample room to come out on top if you play your cards right. Don't think I left you without any. I think I left you with plenty of opportunity.
Indeed. You've been quite helpful.
So, are you satisfied with my arrangement?
I said I'm as satisfied as can be. Well, I cannot offer as much as I promised initially, as I'm going to have more limited resources. But I can certainly put in a good word, and some minor items I could see to going missing, although I'm sure you have plenty of las guns and flak armor on your ship.
That can still be useful.
My word carries weight. I can ensure that the right people hear about, well, your good deeds here. And you can add peer PDF.
Here, PDF. Okay.
Yeah, Planetary Defense Force. Yeah, it's not the guard. It's the local, like essentially the
Yeah,
militia of
yeah.
planet.
The one step down from the guard, the people who get wiped out when aliens
Yeah.
actually arrive.
Yeah, it's like the Imperial Guard kind of view them as like meat shields, effectively. They're like the scrapings of people who couldn't make the guard. They get put into the militia.
Yeah.
But they're still they hold their weight. They hold their weight when it counts.
Old guns.
Yeah.
But they're the true flashlight show.
Yeah. They're what people think of when they think of like, oh, the guard can't do shit. Yeah, because you're seeing the militia. You're not seeing the actual guard.
I just like
Imperial Guard are actually
seeing.
trained.
I was looking for fucking Holtz on the little thing for a moment there, and then I just see him with these fucking glasses on over here.
He's looking out of the trophy room.
I see you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, his supplies wouldn't be enough to give a boost to the crew or anything.
But I mean, it's something like if I want to like fund like another like army expedition, if I want to transport troops, that's something that I could use in the future.
Yeah, and I think his help will also go towards the profit factor you gain from this endeavor.
Yeah, I imagine this is like a military like endeavor thing. So.
Oh yeah, it's like his the military, there's a trade, the government. This is a very mixed endeavor.
Yeah. Would Munitorum actually apply to that?
Yeah, I've been taking all that stuff into account. I just haven't actually been noting it in the rogue trader stuff.
That's
I'm keeping this all in my head.
Yeah, and then once that's satisfied, the next person I visit is Lord Blackwell.
Yeah, you head to his place, and it's a similar thing to when you first arrive. You kind of like, people are like, wait, what? Who are you? Why are you coming here? You say who you are. So no threat of being shot down. It's like, sorry, we're not expecting visitors. Who are you? And once you get there, okay, head to this meeting room. The governor will be with you shortly. He is presentable.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you get led up to the meeting room, and a couple minutes later, Blackwell shows up in what seems to be his pajamas.
Yep.
Wasn't expecting another talk. What's up?
I'm sorry. Did I disturb your sleep?
Was about to. It's not the worst thing ever.
I apologize for that. And I set down the bottle of Amasec. I brought this as a thank you for coming to my ship. I'm sure you will find use for it. If nothing else, then for your own personal enjoyment.
Well, it's always used for good Amasec.
And,
I think I should be the one that should be thanking you. You got this sorted out in a way that I don't think I could have managed on my own. This went about as well as I could expect.
I take it you're satisfied then.
As much as I could be. Could be better, but I have a chance to show that this can work. And once it does, I can actually, as much as I respect him, get the general to shut up.
Well then, if you're satisfied, you did promise a fair bit of reward for my assistance.
Well, sadly, I shall be lacking as much funds as I would like, so I cannot give you much there. I doubt I'd really make a substantial add to your wallet regardless. You probably have more funds than me, as I said. What can I offer? I need to check. What can he What does he give you? I didn't note down what he gave you. I noted down the others, but I didn't note down his.
He gives us some sick wheels, bro.
Yeah, he would contribute a bit to the profit factor, but not as much.
What sort of like grouping would it be under?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm
grinding.
asking because there's not an obvious one that I can think of.
Yeah.
Like you could argue criminal because like he's going for like Xeno stuff, and that, but like that's a stretch because he's the government. The next one would be like exploration, but
Or
maybe
anything
trade.
Or anything in which we just do anything Xeno related.
I mean, you could just say generic endeavor.
He could like maybe gives you some treaties on languages that he's gotten from the aliens. You could take like speak language, Eldar, Orc, and Tau as untrained basic skills.
I'd be interested in that. That sounds
Yeah.
okay.
You can speak Zork.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's untrained basics. Like you've like got a thing about the basics, but you don't really speak it. It's like you'd be able to like understand it with like having the book and a bit of time to go through it.
But it is Eldar, Orc, and Tau.
Yes.
Okay.
And also add like miscellaneous Xenos.
Okay.
So, like a bunch of other minor Xenos that you wouldn't really find. So, yeah, Eldar, Orc, Tau, and then miscellaneous other.
Like some of the.
And, like, other Xenos or something.
Yep.
Yeah, he was quite happy, and yeah, he does a lot of stuff with Xenos. Yeah, so you basically have like Xenos dictionaries, effectively.
All right. Does he offer like anything else, or?
Yeah, he also does send some supplies, but he is very limited in what he can do. So he's going to have to tighten his belt.
Can he train? Yeah. Can he get somebody to fucking train at least me and fucking I think Sator with these fucking Necron guns?
He wouldn't have any Necrons.
Yeah, Necrons probably wouldn't settle on a planet.
Yeah. Necrons do not do peace with the races. They literally want to wipe out everything that is not Necron.
I know. But is it possible for somebody other than Necrons to train it somehow?
For what it looks like to me, the cosplayer would take more or less time to understand how to properly use it. Especially when it has an infinite clip.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, it'd be harder with me with having two fucking right arms. Sator is going to spend a lot of time at the fucking...
Yeah, so you're going to have penalties to fine motor control for a while until you get used to that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Sator is going to take a while at the shooting range just to try to not get completely screwed over with his new hand.
And then you're going to head over and talk to Mr. Jade.
Actually, before I leave, I'm planning on talking to Jade longer too. But yeah, before I leave, I start heading towards the door after concluding our business, and I like stop right before I leave. It's like a word of advice, young man. Mostly because I feel a little bit guilty. You know, like I get up or I raise my hand and like check my fingernails, and it's like you have two pathways to secure your rule, and the first objective needs to be completed. I know the treaty said. Or the deal said about, what was it, 10 years? In reality, you have probably closer to 100 days to make an impact.
I know.
You have two pathways to succeed in this. The major objective is to get the general on your side, but in the meantime, you'll have to convince Jade that your methods are profitable. What she'll try to do is pit both you and the general against each other.
I know. I need to pit her and the general against each other.
That likely won't work. The general was hardlined. You simply have to convince him. Or let him convince you that either of your ways are right, and then force her to play ball with you. You can't pit them against you likely won't be able to pit them against each other. Mostly because Jade is competent. When it comes to backroom dealings and things like that, she's not someone to be underestimated. As for how the end game goes, well, right now you're the single most powerful governor in this sector, simply because you have the, albeit temporary, support of every faction. Do you understand that?
Of course.
If everything goes well for you, you might become the sector governor, rather than just the governor of Dendorf. And that's no mere idle chit-chat.
I doubt that. Nobody cares about this place. All we have is gravel.
Yes, but you're the only governor that has the unanimous support of every faction on the planet.
We'll see. Stranger things have happened.
If you do well, things work out for you. If you don't, if things fall flat, well, I'll probably be in some other part of the galaxy. Just a word of advice. Make things happen well here, and you might have a rogue trader's contact. Repeated contact.
And well, regardless of how things go here, you'll always... Well, I'll certainly always support you where I can. You did well by me. Well, I'm sure as well you could, without endangering things. I'm not that naive to think you did this all out of the kindness of your heart.
You might make something out of yourself yet, though, between you and me, you're a governor now. You should look like one.
I don't have the coin to look like one. I do not wonder why all the gilding is going. Might be able to do better with working with me more, but I'll stick to my ways. There's too many governors decking themselves out in gold. Maybe people appreciate one just having a jacket.
Suit yourself. I've given my advice. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, Lord Blackwell.
Been a pleasure meeting you.
And with that, I step out. I gave my advice, and then I head to Mistress Jade.
You head to her spot. Yeah. Similar thing, like, okay, who are you? Why are you here? Okay, go to the waiting room. Yeah. And after, like 10 minutes, she, saunters in. Yeah. Wearing an outfit that is, what's the word?
Racy?
Yes. It is, the first set that you saw had, a slight hint of transparent. This outfit is almost completely transparent. Almost looks like she's not wearing anything.
Mm.
It comes in with a few bits of bangles, a little bit of jewelry, a tiny bit of makeup. She definitely spent that 10 minutes getting ready. And definitely did the 10 minutes, she did well with those 10 minutes.
I apologize if I woke you up, Mistress.
No worse things to wake up to.
I leave the bottle of Amasec on the coffee table. I hope you're satisfied with today's arrangements.
Oh, I'm sure you're aware that you can never be satisfied. But it went well enough, as I'm sure the others have told you. I appreciate your intervention. Definitely sped this all up. And well, I promised a reward, did I not?
That was in the original letter, yes.
What way could a A young woman reward a young man coming to her room and coming to her house at night.
Uh,
I was gonna have to stop you right there. Kismet burst through the wall, fucking Kool-Aid Man style.
Holt says, I'm sure you have a vivid imagination, though I'm interested to see where this goes. If this is where I think it's going, I'm okay with fading to black here, but like,
Oh, does Holt go that way?
I mean, yeah, sure, why not?
And the next morning or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you would still get an extra thing from it. I think what would be the word? What is the skill thing? Trying to find where it is. Is it a skill or is it a talent? It's like peer, but it's not quite.
Good reputation.
It's like, I don't know if it is an actual skill, but it's kind of like
There is good
pretty much
reputation.
like individually with her or like this planet, like the merchants on this planet. It's like a better version, but more specific. It might need to be a custom thing. Yeah, probably it's like add like peer Mistress Jade or something, just to note it down in there, as you have good relations with her now. Yes, and then in the overall, from all of the stuff that you get sent, so that would be 4 profit factor, and from the ship, no, within 5, and the ship takes it down to 4. It's up to 49.
Nice.
And there'll also be XP and stuff, but that will go at the end.
And outside of that, between the three of them, are like, what sort of things can I purchase from them if I wanted to do acquisitions?
Yeah,
And they can handle-
you will. Yes, that's kind of what that will be. It's kind of like you'll get a bonus to basically anything you want to acquire on this planet, because all 3 of them will cover basically anything.
Okay. I mean, we can handle that like after
Yeah.
the session and things like that. But because I don't want to bore people with a shopping spree. But yeah.
Yes, the Holt gets back to the ship a fair bit later than intended.
I don't. You say that, but Holtz knew what he was doing.
Well, he gets back there in the morning. Yeah, so probably like a good reputation, Dandolf.
I mean, if you combine the two, it'd be plus 20. But yeah.
Yeah.
They're basically the same.
We'll figure out the full combination of all of them at the end.
They were, but for now, I'll just replace Pierre Mistress Jade with good reputation, Dandor.
Just leave it as Pierre Mistress Jade, and we'll figure out exactly what we're doing with that later. Because I didn't know exactly how this would go, and I didn't want to figure out what you'd get for every possible way it ended. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then we have Malachi getting up to this manufactorum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you went up and you just knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Right here, as coming out from like the roof and the walls either side of you, a couple turrets come down and just aim at you. There's like servitors there. It's like, state reason for entry.
I'm here to see your boss. It sounds like you guys lost something.
Yeah, the eyes like blink and it's like, reason.
I have your STC artifact.
The eyes like flicker again, it's like, enter, and it'll shift and go back into the walls. And the door like clicks and opens a touch.
Yeah, Malachi will begin to enter.
And you see, like, kind of similar to like the Jackal base, like a lot of like quite crowded. There's a lot of people going around, but no flesh on display. It is all metal. There's like Guitari, servitors, tech priests, all that just wandering around, fixing things up or like checking things out and all of that. Like a social gathering of Mechanica.
So they have. So are they wearing the traditional tech priest robes? Because I thought I was under.
No.
Okay.
They're wearing. I think it'd be like blue or something. No, they would have this like brownish gray, which you notice is very similar to like the color of the surface of the planet.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're not entirely sure if that's like what it was originally or they like changed it.
Mm-hmm.
And the servitor turned it up to like follow me. That's trundling along and leading you along.
Is anybody giving Malachi like there's robotic eyes just looking at him as he seems to be one with the flesh?
Yeah, you're definitely like the Skitari all watching you, and like the eyes kind of twisting, changing colors, and if you're like targeting you, like analyzing your level of threat and all of that stuff.
Would it be all right if I rolled Forbidden Lore or Psychers to possibly see what the Skitari or like how the machine cult wouldn't like what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of the relationship between Psychers as a whole and the machine cult.
You wouldn't really need to roll. That is it's very much it depends. It's kind of like Mechanicus tend to like view pretty much everything as a tool.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Psychers, it's like okay, useful, powerful, required for many things, but very dangerous. It's like they're like, oh, Psyker, keep an eye, it might explode.
So they're looking at Malachi the same way they would be staring at a walking like ray-active nuclear bomb.
Yeah, they're staring at you like Skitari are looking at you the same way they look at everything. They're like threat analysis on everything they ever see because that is their entire purpose.
Yeah,
like really much analyzing you, working out like how you're walking, it's like what kind of psych are you likely to be, what weapons are you carrying, how trained are you in it. It's like analyzing everything about you to figure out how best to fight if something goes down. Yeah, none of them like going for weapons, but they're like watching you and like basically getting combat data on you.
That's fine with Malachi. He's not going to do anything to provoke him.
Yeah, you definitely feel like a lot of eyes staring at you as you go.
Metallic eyes.
Yeah, and you get led up to this elevator.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like directed to go in, and
all right.
and there's like this other servitor that's kind of built into the wall, just like pulls a lever next to it. It's like you can perfectly well pull it. I'm not sure why they need a servitor built into it, but Mechanicus. It like pulls that lever.
The servitor goes, "Allow me to display music protocols."
Music protocols engage. Bum, bida, bum, bum, bum. It definitely sounds like hold music or elevator music as you just get led up.
Malachi, who's still on the morphine, is just like begins swinging to it, just like, yeah, all right.
After a minute, the ding, and the doors open.
All right.
And you see this like, one figure. It's like human size. Sure. It looks like just like a tech priest, although their robes would be the grey brown. You see them there, just like full metal, this like gas mask style, green eyes, a Cerberus who are kind of floating around them. No mechadendrites that you can see, like very still humanoid formed. And like fairly like masculinely built. Greetings. I understand you said you had an SCC for me.
Yes.
Please.
No.
Yeah. Would you like some Amasec?
I appreciate the warm welcome. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
You sit down. And he's like, gets out a glass and it puts his fingers next to it, and some Amasec starts squirting out of his fingers into it.
Why did I predict that you were going to say it would come out of his fingers?
Let me first call scary movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
filled it up.
Well, I really appreciate the. Well, you're less hostile than the jackals when I had to go talk with them, but I wanted to go ahead and at least be face to face with you. To go ahead and tell you. Well, the thing is that I do have the device here. It's just that it's not in the form that you may be happy with. And Malachi will go ahead and begin shuffling through his bag and pull it out and place it in front of him. The surprising thing, though, is that you wish to, or that you might want to hear, is that the jackals never had your device. I know that it sounds.
We have footage of a group of their members absconding with it.
Yes, but the thing is that they were framed. They were framed by the nomads, surprisingly. That's where I found the toaster.
Explain.
The nomads, being on the outskirts of things, they know that they can't trifle with both of you. You guys are very big gangs at each other, and, well, they know that if they even tried to pull any moves, they would go ahead and end up just getting destroyed in the crossfire. That's why they're more hit and run, for example. And so, what they decided to do is, why go ahead and try and directly take two gangs head on to raise their own power, but instead have two of the gangs end up attacking each other to lower them down to their level. And with that, Zach, could I roll a willpower?
What are you trying to do?
Another master manipulation.
I need to think. I need to check a thing, because I think he might be immune to this.
Well, here's the thing. Tech priests always have brains, so...
Yes,
Yeah.
but if something has the machine trait, it is just immune to telepathic stuff.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think it's all...
That's what I'm checking. If
Alright.
the machine trait is just fully immune to that stuff. Because tech priests now would have it.
Or maybe just give him a +10 to his willpower check, I don't know.
I can see it.
Machine. Oh, I need to go to traits and talents. Traits. Value. Talents. Where the fuck are traits?
Explorators have mechanicus implants, not machine, I think.
Yeah, but
But-
this isn't an explorator. This is a tech priest adept.
I know that once you get a certain amount of machine traits, you can basically survive the vacuum of space, pretty much. But I don't think... I think in order for it to still be, non-heretical, they need to have their brain. They can't just fully be a machine. That's the thing.
I think that they would still
Because,
have...
yeah, machines are immune to any mind-influencing psychic effect.
And
Yes.
he's not... The thing is that he can't be a machine, though. Are there implants that, do mental defenses like that? I guess that could be a compromise.
Fuck are the talents? I can't find it.
Talents are...
Talents are on
thinking-
page 90.
I think it's trained.
No,
machine-
there are...
Traits
skills.
are paid.
There are-
The machine trait is 365.
Yeah. There are skill traits and talents. Skills and whatever else are there, and the other ones are under fucking Xenos for some reason.
Traits are all the way down in the 300s.
Alright, let me check the bestiary, see if there is a tech priest example, because I don't have this guy fully statted. Because I hate statting things out in this game.
I just don't... I'm just going against the argument that he'd be completely immune to psychic effects.
Yeah, that's why I want to find if there's a bestiary to see if there is an example tech priest and if they have it. Adversary now.
Hacking checks I could understand. Psychic effects are a bit interesting.
Well, I'm finding out brief Google checks and wikis of dark heresy kind of shit. It's not showing anything like that. It's running along the same lines as an explorator, where they have all the same things that I would have, but they wouldn't.
Machines
they're-
themselves are immune to mind influencing psychic effects.
Yeah, but I'm basically I'm running along the same lines where they're under the same thing that Malachi is saying, where they aren't machines, technically.
Yeah. They may have their brain vacuum sealed, but they still have a brain, is what I'm getting at.
I'm just going to quickly check the Dark Heresy book, and if it doesn't, then let's say you have a big bonus to it, but he won't be immune.
I would recommend giving him the what do you call it?
There's probably like some sort of willpower related trait that you could just give him that would make sense.
For mind control, yeah. Well, it's not okay. There's natural. Oh, it's weird.
So a warp priest. That's a psycho.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't expect that this is where this is going.
I just didn't think to stat him out.
Even the tech priest in Dark Heresy only has Mechanicus implants as a starting trait.
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll have decent willpower and some buffs. So yeah, but he won't be fully immune. So yeah, and what power are you using?
He'll put up more
Master.
of a fight than the Jackal did, basically.
Master manipulation.
They're the one of just he believes what I need him.
Yes. Would you like to roll first, or shall I?
That is a. So yeah, you roll. I gotta calculate that.
Okay. Let me see how many fate points I have left.
I think about 5,
A lot.
I know.
4 or 5.
I know, but at the same time, I roll shit. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
never mind. I think you win.
Okay.
Oh my
I
god.
was like trying to calculate. It's like 4, maybe 5, but yeah, no, 7. You win.
Oh, I never even used it.
You would have needed to roll like a 2 to succeed that.
Let me roll a d5 because that's how much fatigue Malachi gets. 4. Okay.
Damn.
7.
Alright, that was a rough
Seven.
one.
You are now fatigued.
Yep.
Once you get up to half, you suffer fatigue.
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna flavor the fatigue as like, the tech priest is calculating everything. Malachi is like actually a sweat is beating down his face, and then like afterwards, it just when the relief comes to him, he's just like,
Yeah. And what are you telling him?
He was basically framing the nomads, or no. He's framing the nomads who fucking. What's the best way of putting this? What I was trying to go.
He's framing the nomads by saying
framing
that they were
the
framing the jackals.
Yep.
Yes.
And yeah, you tell him that, and it's like, yeah, you see like the eyes flash, and you almost see like the numbers dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
As like, I tell you, like you could have just tried it convincing. You could have just rolled a charm. You didn't need to do that. That wasn't
I
a
know.
believable story.
I know.
But he's
man.
Malachi and he has to be fancier.
Well, he wanted to. Yeah, he really wanted to make sure that things went well, so he was hoping to be a big elf.
Now, even if the nomads bring him some sort of proof that they didn't do it, he's not going to believe them.
Yeah, so it's like, my thanks for bringing this information to bear. This is very useful.
I apologize again. It took me a lot to even get this back to your hands.
Do you wish for repairs? We could advance you if you wished.
Actually, I wish to have 2 things. One, does this mean that the conflict between you and the jackals will end? Possibly turn your attention more to those bloody nomads?
We must avenge the machine spirit. If the jackals were not truly to blame, we have no cause to assault them unless they continue to assault us.
Good.
We must avenge the machine spirit of the toaster.
And second, the reason that I come to you and have been able to come to you is because I belong to a much more higher power. The will Emperor himself, of course, but at the same time, it's the toaster. Sorry.
But the toaster's machine spirit.
Yeah.
The spirit of the toaster.
I was wondering if you'd happen to have some tech priest supplies or some ex-mechanicum supplies that may be beneficial to one of my members on the crew. He's hoping to get some augmentations of his own, but yeah, Malachi's going to pull out his data slate and show him the actual, the shopping list that the Magos wrote for him to go ahead and help Gizmek get his bionic legs, upgraded.
Bionic arms.
No, his legs.
The thing is, would you tell him that it's for an
Oh wait, yeah. It was for the bionic legs. Right, yeah, I remember now. This was to make it so that your thing would stop fucking up my legs.
Yeah, I got your back.
Oh yeah, you just the parts to upgrade them to be immune to that.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, they could provide you with that as thanks for telling them about their true enemy.
Their quote-unquote true enemy.
Well, no, their true enemy. They fully believe it.
Yeah.
And of
That's-
course, returning
Yes,
the
Nothing can convince them otherwise.
of course, Malachi also returned the toaster. So
Yeah.
Or what was left of it. Of
Yep.
the poor toaster.
The toaster that could
Look
not.
what they did to my boy.
They massacred my boy.
The brave little toaster.
oh god,
Uh,
no. I
yeah.
watched a review on that.
It didn't manage
so-
to get its way to Mars.
Yeah, for shame. Yeah. Any no profit factor roll for getting the parts for these guys?
No, you just get them.
Awesome. All right.
Because you gave them the
The toaster.
No toaster.
yeah, what was left of the toaster and told them all about that. So
All right.
Uh,
And yeah, afterwards, Malachi is going to go ahead and Malachi is going to thank them so much for their time. If they are in need of any astropathic help, feel free to just know that, or telling them he's in favor of everyone here, and that he didn't want both sides to be demolished. And yeah, with that, Malachi is going to exit and head back to the chief arbitrator.
you head back to the arbitrator. Yeah, thankfully the guys didn't manage to get into any legal trouble. So you gotta bail them out of anything.
Yes, we happened to see get some servo skull pictures of a orc throwing magazine ammo onto an oncoming highway. We're
I
just
didn't
gonna
do
slide
that.
them.
I
Yeah,
didn't do
head
that.
back to the arbitrator and tell him all about that.
Yeah,
I just imagine you having Gizmek in the office, with the Arbites. He just has a slideshow of photos of Gizmek doing dumb shit, and every single one as it goes by is
Well-
just Gizmek saying, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
the
Yeah,
thing is,
but-
Gizmek
yeah.
wouldn't be there, unfortunately. Yeah, he's still.
It's as thanks for your help with this, he will definitely be willing to overlook the shit that they got up to.
What shit? Wait, what shit did they give up to?
He gives off a
Pulls
list
out
of
the slideshow.
it's like, what was everything.
Littering.
There's several traffic violations and
We
a
did
few
not-
fatalities from them throwing ammunition at cars.
we did not.
They
litter.
also crashed a funeral.
Yeah, the funeral of
Disturbing the
A
peace.
I
veteran
am
war
going to
hero.
fight this. We did not litter. I literally burned down the fucking trash.
yeah, it's disturbing
Yeah, but
the
that
peace,
polluted the
littering,
environment with
several
gas.
cases of manslaughter.
Uh,
Or murder in the third degree, depending where you're from.
well,
Yeah.
just
Willing to
Just-
overlook that, and
as long as the servo skulls didn't catch me on any of those.
you weren't even involved. So,
Very well then. So.
yeah. Is there anything else that you'd be wanting to get from him?
I believe we already talked about Malachi was quite interested about finding, some little bits, to see if they would have anything interesting inside their evidence locker. If they would, throw out maybe a case or something like that, just underneath the watchful eye of missing evidence.
Yeah, roll me a search. And see, basically gives you free range to go in there and make a few things disappear.
Actually, could I don't want the loot payout to just be based off of just my 18 percentile search
Oh.
die.
You have an 18 in search.
Yeah,
We all have
no.
shit in search.
No,
We're
I'm
all
pretty sure that no
awful.
one was.
I'm pretty sure no one has access to the search skill.
Nobody.
Yep.
None
we
of us
might-
are good
You
at
can
it.
do awareness then. You can have
We
a,
might have to do a thing where you allow us to buy search for like 100
Or you-
extra
or just
experience or
keep
something.
Awareness is fine.
yeah, 'cause you're not in a rush. Yeah, it would just be awareness. You're just looking around. You're like actually having to search the place, just looking for the interesting
Use
things.
your
Uh,
fucking.
Yeah. So
point.
awareness with a plus 20.
All right.
And then use more fate points.
Let's get a nat 100. Just like, all right, you find a bear trap, it's activated.
You lose your arm. Welcome to being the one-armed member of the crew. We have one arm, 2 right arms.
Oh shit! All right. Can I re-roll that?
If you got fate left, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta re-roll that, and you know, fuck it, I'm giving myself an additional plus 10.
Roll 2d10s.
Oh yeah, that's right. There, 2.5 degrees. That's better. Got a fate point back. Yay!
Alright, so what kind of things would you be wanting? Just like interesting things, weapons, armor? What are you after?
Malachi would be looking after either interesting things or you kind of like you know, maybe things that might be in legitimate, like, you know, raids on merchant area or merchant, like, or noble fucking highborn people, like, basically, yeah, interesting things. I don't fucking
Cool or useful shit.
yeah,
Or useful shit.
from expensive peoples.
I think this would be better to do like between sessions, or like give you a list and you can pick 2 things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so you go look through that and you pick a few things that are interesting.
hmm
Then you guys all eventually meet back up on the ship.
all right.
Uh.
So we're walking back in. I wanna know where Holtz is as the rest of us get back.
No. Gizmek is walking and he's riding Sator along.
Yeah, I think Malachi would get back to the ship first, then Holtz, then the Bendah crew, because you guys would sleep in. You guys would have slept in.
Yep. And also I'm going to remove my fatigue because we slept.
Yeah, Malachi got back like
Oh
around
yeah, you
midnight.
actually slept now.
Midnight, 1 a.m. Holtz got back like sometime early morning, probably, unless you want to
How
just in there.
How much fatigue does sleep remove?
If
Is
you
it just, like,
sleep
all of
8
it?
hours, you remove all fatigue. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Malachi's going to sleep all 8 hours.
But I only have
Malachi's
2,
back
so
when
yeah.
he's asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get back early, but then go to sleep. Yeah, so you'd all probably have like a bit of a sleep in. So yeah, Malachi gets back and then sleeps in. You probably wake up and like an hour later, Holtz returns to the ship.
Mm.
And like a good like 4 or 5 hours after Holtz, Gizmek and Sator are waking up.
And we see the messages, and then one of us responds.
His mech
Like
pulls
I
up
seen, I seen Sator is gonna be like, "What the fuck happened to your arm?"
Yeah, so
I
so
you guys know it's, like,
know.
meet up at the ready room.
I don't know, but I can do this. Fucking hits a random thing and annihilates it.
Get a shock back
yeah,
into
so
your body.
Yep.
Can we just like fucking flavor that Gizmek also installed like a button on the side that when it hits it just makes the fucking like at the elbow it just spins rapidly.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Why not?
Like it's not actually useful in combat because the motor is too weak to actually do anything, but it just spins for show rapidly.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Holtz. When Sato and Gizmek get to the ready room, Holtz just like looks at them and is just like, I don't want to know.
Hey, you do! I'm gonna tell you all about it. It was
You
great.
also-
I don't remember any of it.
You'll see this like scrawny like guy in like a fur coat and nothing else. He
And
does
a
have
fucking-
pants on, but just like
And
And a
the rat.
jackal.
a fur coat, but a bare chest, and this very large like hyena wolf.
But yeah, Malachi knows Raskin, so he'd be like, "What's he doing here?"
He's coming with us.
No,
Yeah.
Gizmek. He needs to get back to his gang.
He don't care. He
Yeah,
likes
they
it.
kind of- These guys are fun.
Sator's still trying to get used to his new arm.
I mean, look at that. Nobody in my gang does that shit. They're like, points to you.
Nobody in Grandma Gang does that shit. Has mothers. We're all orphans.
So we did strip chess with a lady of the night. We fucking sucked, but we did it.
Eh.
I think so. It's kind of blurry.
Oh my fucking
You two are in charge of taking care of this man and his beasts.
This is Toasty.
He's a good boy.
It's like
He's a
it's
good
still
boy.
limping on the 3 legs because it now has 2 wounds.
You two, you three, I look at Grismo, are in charge of taking care of those things. Otherwise, I don't care what happens to them.
Sator tries to give a thumbs up with his fucking new arm.
It's a thumbs down.
And he fucking gives a thumbs down by accident, and then he starts rotating it.
Ish, whatever.
Captain, I think this could have gone a lot differently if I was babysitting them.
Holt just like turns to you, just like slowly in the captain's throne, just like, and just like leans into you. He's like, "You think?"
I stopped a gang war at least and got some pretty shinies out of it. And also, trust me, Captain, it's well worth it. The Magos can vouch for it.
Well, you're both alive. All of you are alive. And I.
Hey,
didn't
what's on
use
the
anything
telly?
for this.
Gizmek turns on the TV and sees the news reports about the stock market crash.
Amazing. Once in a millennia state of the stock market crashing. A group of orcs have been found inside of the stock trade inside of the local hive. We're here live with one of the orcs, Greg Gorgeson. Let's more on the story. Oh yeah, we got more bananas than all the gits on this planet.
Oi, this kid sounds smart. I wonder what he gonna do out here.
Oh shit. Fucking
Just see
Yeah,
the
just
video and everything's
full
burning in the
broadcasts of,
background.
like the various shit you guys got up to, but more like the aftermath of it. The stock market has crashed.
Just like
There's
some
a
documentary.
There's a pile up on one of the highways.
Something about like some Inquisitor war veteran who had their funeral interrupted.
Oh my god.
Just like rival or enemy Inquisition now for Gizmek.
Oh god.
It was a fun one. Too bad I don't remember anything. Oi, hey, malarkey!
And so yeah, just as a note, Sator, roll me a awareness
Oh boy.
with a +10.
You can do it, Sator. You got main perception. Fuck yeah.
You would notice that Holtz has a bit of purple to his teeth.
Hey!
I'm fucking
You got a
smart.
very purple staining on the teeth. Which I think you know what it means, but nobody
Yep.
else.
Yep.
Hey,
Well,
malarkey!
Yeah.
Well, Captain, looks like both of us had some fun on this planet.
As yeah, Holtz, you notice that Sator does have a lot more purple teeth. As does Gizmek.
I don't know if Holtz is. I guess Holtz would have looked in the air at one point and was like, huh.
Yeah, you just notice that you've got a bit of purple on your teeth.
So that's what that was.
Anyway, Gizmek.
Anyways.
Hey, malarkey!
Yeah.
You know someone named Malachi?
Oh yeah. That's my evil twin. He likes to mess with people.
Oh yeah! Wrote something on my butt. What's a bitch?
Satan starts chuckling.
And then, like, if there's nothing else you want to do, that would be like the perfect ending line.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, what's a bitch? And then we get like
It cuts to the ship going into warp space.
Yes.
sitcom freeze frame of everybody laughing.
Except for Gizmo, who's confused.
Just staring at everyone, just like, whoa, you there? All right, thank you everyone for coming by. This has been Rogue Trader.